Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Byram moves in, shoots, scores! Bowen Byram has struck again.
Back in, Kirby Dock, and lined up, scores! What a play!
Runs in the face, falling away, puts it up. That's good. Jalen Brunson in the clutch. Gets it back, drives inside, finds Anunoby. George may have gotten a piece of it. Back out Bridges, shot clock at 4. Bridges puts it up, puts it in. Mikal Bridges nails the jumper. It's a 6-point lead. Soto lifts one in the left center field. That's pretty well hit. Back in the gap, McCarthy near the wall. That's out of here. Juan Soto leads off the game with a home run.
And he hits that one high in the air. Deep out to right. That's got a chance. It is gone. And Seager hits his 7th home run of the year.
Drilled out to right center. Traveling high and deep and out of here. Second career grand slam for C.J. Abrams. And the Nationals have put up 14 here in D.C. tonight.
Good morning. It's Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla. What's up, DB?
You sound like you need an inhaler, wackadoodle.
Well, I'm trying to mix it up.
Good morning. I'm an idiot. I don't know why my partner calls me L3, probably because I have a lot of consonants in my name.
Well, there's 3 L's. That one makes sense.
Good morning again.
I'm trying to,
God, this is
mix it up for you a little bit.
I feel like I set the tone because I wanted you to get that car towed.
Yeah, that's not my car, and I don't know whose car it is, so I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do there.
I want it moved.
Because it's in your spot?
Yes.
You got, every once in a while, you get like some like Sheldon Cooper vibes every once in a while. Like
Who?
From Big Bang Theory, the tall, lanky guy. He's just like, hey, you're
The guy that reminds me of D-Hop?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
It's like, hey.
I've never watched that show.
He's very particular.
I'm pretty cool.
And he has a very famous bit where like only he can sit on a certain spot on the couch. And so anytime somebody tries to sit there, he's like, hey, that's my spot.
You know, that's actually a normal thing. Do I even try to convince you of this?
I'm all ears.
I think. Therefore, I am. I think people have their spots in their house.
Sure.
I don't think that's like novel.
I think having
But I do want you to have that car moved.
be such a thing where you're like, hey, this like actively bothers me. Like everybody has a preference, right?
Yeah, I feel like that car was left over and nobody's getting smoked here. So why is the car here? Maybe they got a ride to go out of town?
People smoke here. I mean, Shane smokes all the time.
Oh, hello, Austonian. Welcome
Hey,
back.
Austin.
That's
What's up, buddy?
don't talk like that. No, I'm trying to be off camera. What the flip, Jimmy Neutron? Can you just come back screwing up stuff? Do you think I really want to be squared up on the camera?
I think that's exactly what you
He gives me the thumbs up.
I think that's exactly what you want.
No, like just move the car.
How would you like me to go about that?
You know the guy that pretty much owns most of the retail in this building.
True.
Yep. So hey,
Do you think he cares that much about that car being in your spot?
it'd probably be better coming from me anyway, but I don't like to get my hands messy. I'm just saying. Yeah. So like, and then you turned on the lights.
I did, yeah, because we're in a
No.
visual medium now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You don't have to say, "Oh, I'm going to turn on the lights. Are you okay?"
I was giving you a
that,
heads up,
That
you know?
was that's unnecessary.
No, because here's the thing. If I hadn't warned you that I was going to turn the lights on, you'd be like, what the flip, man?
Is that how I said it?
Yeah.
That does sound like Sheldon. There's an episode where he can't do laundry. He does laundry like every Friday or Saturday night at like 8,
Yeah.
and he can't do it, so he flips out.
I have some quirks, but I'm not a jerk. Like you're still free to be you.
No, he's I wouldn't say Sheldon's a jerk. Quirky's the right term.
Yeah, very nice. Well, I called
Just like
I called
Rico.
Suave quirky, and he's mad at me the rest of the day.
Yeah, he decided not to show up to work today.
Well, that's fine.
I don't know. He might be
My-
working from home.
Might be a lot of traffic. Plus, we have AJ back.
Yeah, I think they try and alternate sometimes, even
Oh.
though they do different stuff. I don't know what
Oh, that's nice. Jimmy Neutron looked out.
Yeah, I think so.
So I had some thoughts this morning.
Oh, Uh-oh. What do we have?
I actually think 2 of them are legit.
Okay. I have a qualifying question first, and then you can go.
Okay, go.
Were they shower thoughts?
Correct.
Okay. We might. Okay. Shower thoughts are like wild cards, not just for you, for everybody. When I was growing up one time, there was this joke. We had a running joke in the family.
Yeah.
That anytime my mom came up with a thought in the shower, like we were all in trouble. Like we were just getting ready for church one Sunday, and she gets out of the shower, gets dressed and everything. She's like, "We're going to grandma's house in Iowa." And we're like, "Wait, what? What? Church is 3 minutes from our house."
All right, so maybe I won't give you the thought.
No, go ahead. I have a preconceived notion of shower thoughts kind of being like willy-nilly.
Do you want to just role play on the fly?
Yeah, what do we got?
Okay. It is, well, I know you don't answer your phone before 6:30 or between the hours of 11 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. either. But
it's not true. I answered immediately the other day.
Well, what happened yesterday?
I was still on the air.
Oh.
You called. I was like, "Hey, I'm going to do this interview with Alexis," and you're like, "Okay."
Well,
cool.
I didn't see her when I walked out, so I didn't know if you were still doing it.
No, it was StreamYard. It was a StreamYard deal.
Oh, well, it'd be like Shane. Start at 7:02 like he did 3 days in a row.
I mean, we had been doing the interview for like 10 minutes when you called me.
Devil's in the details. All right, so it's 5:51.
Okay.
Ready?
In the morning?
Yep.
Okay.
Bing. Gotta answer the phone.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Hey, what's up?
No, that's not what you'd say.
Hey, man, what's up?
Yep.
There you go.
I'd be like, hey, so this is gonna sound wild, but do you mind like driving over here? Like just be here, I don't know, 6:35, 6:40. I wanna pull out at the same time, and I wanna have you go take the left on cue, and I'm gonna go straight through the lights. I wanna see which is quicker. What time can you be here?
Tomorrow.
You would do it though?
I'd do it if you gave me a day heads up, because like I schedule my morning very tightly.
Not a lot of margin for error.
None at all.
So real time, you wouldn't be like,
I'd be like, hey, I can't make it this morning, but
dude,
we can do it
it's
tomorrow.
Probably 4 seconds. Why are you worried about it? I live on 100 blah 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 and blah blah blah.
Yeah, but you live close enough to here that it's not a big inconvenience for me to go that much further to your house.
Okay.
Right? It's not like you live the opposite direction of where I'm going, and then you're asking me to go to work.
Yeah, because I'm dying to know.
I've
done it for this is
full disclosure. I've asked you why you go a certain way instead of the other way. So I'm also curious. Because when you came in, where I was like, why do you come that direction?
So I'm just telling you, I don't know, man.
You think it's faster?
I never get the turn left light when I'm heading south. North, I mean.
So I don't come from that direction very often. Does it have to be a green, or is there like a blink that you can go on?
Oh yeah, just ask people on this side of town. They cannot stand blinking yellow arrows.
It's not that hard, guys.
Oh God.
It just means yield. That's all.
It's maddening.
It's fine.
This is Sparta.
And it's dramatically preferred to going just from green, and you can go to red and you can't go at all. Like you've got a middle option now. It's not that difficult, guys.
You bring the head of kings to my doorstep. Yeah. So
I would do it if you gave me enough heads up.
Okay, so that's what I would have said.
Okay, that's one. So that's not a big deal.
Now the other one is pretty legit.
Okay.
Because I used to think this was just a guy thing, but it's not a guy.
Well, you said there were 3, so don't leave one out just because you're self-conscious.
Yeah,
now.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
We're doing all 3. We are doing all 3. I said yes to your weird driving thing. Now I get the extra one.
That's not weird.
I get the bonus one now.
So, like, assuming for everybody that uses deodorant, I mean, you guys might be like Charlize Theron or some of these weird actresses that like to smell like. Anyway, like don't use deodorant.
Mm-hmm.
But
Everybody.
No, Trib, I don't think so. Assuming I'm only talking to the people. It's like TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to the black people. So if you're not black, keep scrolling. No, if you don't use deodorant, this isn't for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think everybody's of the people that use deodorant, everybody's had their deodorant break.
Oh yeah,
right. I assume you might have 7 different deodorants. I have 3, but I only open one at a time. Yeah. But I buy the 2-pack and I keep one moving. Mm-hmm. Kind of like the vodka thing that I like to top off the fruit, and you made it seem like I was a closet alcoholic.
I think the Costco guy made it seem like you're a closet alcoholic.
I can't wait to see him too, by the way. My mom went to the one on she went to the other one yesterday.
Yeah.
She didn't like that one though. She said, well, Brandon, that he knows where everything is, and that's the goddamn same. Go to the one you want to go to. Anyway,
they're not the same.
My nephew wins. He's the only good dude in the family.
I like Micah.
Yeah.
I like Caleb too. I like them both.
So, real quick.
Yeah.
Like, people thought he did a bang-up job speaking yesterday. He had to speak to the team, culture, whatever. Micah sends him a text on the way back. He said, not bad, little dude.
Mike gets a little workout in his system. He's starting to call people little dude.
That's just how he is. He is the tallest dude in the family.
Yeah.
And it may not be close.
Yeah, he's gotten pretty big.
Yeah. So, okay.
Anyway, Brandon, Costco.
That's nothing. So I assume you try to stick it back on there, right?
Yeah.
Or do you just let it ride and you do like the broken bits chair thing?
No.
You try to get it back on there. Okay. Why has no one ever made like a refillable deodorant? That's what I was thinking about this morning.
I'm guessing it's probably too much of like I don't know, maybe it's like too much of a hassle.
Of all the things we can do, nobody's ever made like, I mean, they made Shout refillable or Clean Freak and Clorox. And is it a liquid thing? Why can't, if you can stick something back on and have it function, why can't you just have refillable deodorant?
You glazed over a topic or a part of that there that I think is important. It is not typically, once it breaks and you stick it back on the like little spirally stick thing, it's not as functional as it was. Like, it's not as good.
Yeah, but it kind of like morphs back together. After like 18 strokes, you're feeling like it's the same curve.
I am wondering if the deodorant isn't sturdy enough to like withstand being placed back into the thing. You know what I mean? Because like it is kind of brittle.
So here's what I'm talking about. Hear my heart.
Yeah.
Shane, if you have any scientists or guys that like develop things or gals, I want to be like the lady off of Shark Tank. What's her name?
Lori Grenier.
Yeah, she has like 765,000 patents. Why can't you just have the tube that has the screw, the grooves in it, and you just put it back in your deodorant, and you keep the case?
Why is that better?
What do you mean?
Like, what is the benefit of that as opposed to just having a new case?
Well, you have less of a risk to scrape your armpits, and if you break it and you're down to the end, but you still want to get your money's worth, it's just more efficient, don't you think?
I think you're describing a very specific scenario that it's not solving.
Everybody's deodorant breaks.
Yeah, but like not often enough that that's a big problem.
I disagree.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's a big enough problem that they're like, hey, let's change the way we package these things to solve it. Also, here's the other thing is low key, if your deodorant breaks, like you just buy a new one, that's good for them.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think being more efficient also means being a little bit cheaper, and they're not interested in that.
Well, you can get 3-in-1 cleaning packs and stuff where you just screw on the bottom and keep the top. Doesn't that behoove them too?
You would think so.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with your philosophy.
Well, apparently the deodorant industry does.
Maybe it's too difficult.
Maybe.
I'm just...
All right, what's number 3?
This is not really a thought.
Okay.
So I was talking to I wasn't talking. Amazing Daniel sent me a few messages. And, I don't really love just being on my phone, especially at night. But he sent me a shot, or literally, he goes, hey, have you ever tried this? And I'm like, oh, it's fine. Like, it's okay.
Type of alcohol?
Okay. Price point is really good. And I said, oh, but I like such and such and such and such at this price point, give or take whatever the number was. I said, like, am I bleeding again? Pretty close to each other. And he had a funny line. he goes, and I didn't see it till the end. He goes, but that's just Wednesday tequila. So I laughed.
That's funny.
I laughed, but I'm a little insecure over the Costco thing.
Mhm.
So I didn't really respond. But this morning I felt like I had some stones. I was like, yeah, I get that. You would save the good stuff for the weekends when you want to, like, that's a normal thing, right?
I mean, I don't have day of the week tequila.
See, that's why I can't have a conversation with you. Whatever. So your bubbly or your seltzer
I mean, I don't have
your spritzer.
I don't have.
Are there things like, this
No.
is just one for dinner versus, I'll save these for the weekend? Is that natural? Shane, when you're going from garage beer to Keystone Light, is there one that you like on the weekday versus the weekend?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I don't really have day of the week alcohol.
Yeah. See, I don't feel comfortable asking you because you're going to make me feel bad.
No, I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I don't.
You'll just drink
It's whatever.
margaritas on Tuesdays whenever you want to, huh?
It's whatever I'm in whatever I am in the mood for at the time.
Okay.
It's like the only thing closest is probably food. Like we might do a little bit more elaborate food on the weekends because you have more time.
Kobe, it's not weekly. You just keep an inventory, bud. Come on now. Just have it on hand.
Well, you want to get it when it's on sale.
Or handles. What?
Okay.
That's what they call them, right?
No, I agree, Shane. I mean, sales are big.
Do they do alcohol sales at vodka or at Costco?
I don't know.
I've never seen it on sale. I don't think. I mean, obviously it's good prices because it's.
I don't know how much of a sale
bulk.
you can get from $12.99.
Yeah, I don't know. Now there can't be a lot of margin left on that one.
It's pretty good.
Although the margins on alcohol are ridiculous.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't know how, if it wasn't so easy to just steal, I don't know why more people just, I don't know if I would sell food. I'd say, hey, bring in your own Totinos or whatever.
There's places that do that.
Why wouldn't you?
I mean, it's I've been to places where it's like, hey, you can, or they have a place next door. They're like, hey, you can order from a place next door, but we're just alcohol here.
I was like, hey, can I get that chilled? And it's like, that's $9. And I was like, I could have 46 of these at home.
If you're getting 46 of anything for $9, don't.
I don't mean in one sit. Okay.
No, I'm saying 46. No, I'm not talking. I'm talking price point, not consumption. 46 for $9. That's buy better stuff. That's terrible. 46 drinks for $9.
So you've seen a little chilled thing, right?
Yeah.
How many of those do you think you could get out of
for $9?
No, I'm just saying, like, you don't think I can get 46 out of a bottle?
Oh, I guess out of your $12.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm saying at home, like on my own.
I thought that vodka was just for the infusers, though. You're not. Are you just like? Do you drink that straight too?
Mm-mm.
So that's different. Like usually, I was assuming you use a more expensive alcohol to just like sip on.
Yeah. If I'm, we better move on.
If you're what, DB?
Hey, I'm tripping.
I feel like I don't feel like I'm in the judgment-free zone.
Always judgment-free.
Right.
This is the
Have
safe.
you not read our Discord?
This is the tree of trust.
No. I'll have tire marks all over my back. No, I'm not doing this with you.
All right. Well,
I'm not. Headley, you gotta be careful, man, because folks are not. Dude, see what happened with Headley was.
Did you see Funky's comment?
They're both so I referenced both of them being funny.
Yeah.
And now it's just the last couple, it's just a free for all. Like Headley's officially back.
Oh yeah, I don't know where he was.
Well, Gibbs was the one holding it down.
Yeah, Headley was incognito for a second there.
So it's like now it's just they go back and forth.
You gotta be careful here.
Juan, what time do you have to go to work?
I don't know, but Juan almost got me in trouble yesterday with some of his jokes after
Dude, I'm telling you, Juan is.
He did say
Juan
though
is naughty.
Did you know? He said this almost immediately off the bat today. Did you know that you can make refried beans out of any type of bean?
Yes.
He said typically it's pinto, but you can do it with anything.
Yeah, I know. I TikTok a ton.
I think it's so. It kind of reminds me of how I like au gratin potatoes.
Wait, say that word again.
Au gratin.
Who?
Speaking of being inclusive, I like black beans as well.
That was so unnecessary.
Gratin.
Au gratin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And typically those are scalloped, right? They're in terms of how they're sliced and everything. But the au gratin is just like the cheese sauce part. You could do it however.
That is correct.
But if you give it to me and it's not scalloped, I'm gonna be like, what the hell is this? Like
So-
if you gave me refried beans that aren't my like typical refried beans, I'd be like, what the hell is this?
Okay, let me ask you something.
Okay.
You think I'm fairly good? Very.
Yeah,
fairly
you're good. You're good. Good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a child
Yes.
that does not particularly care for it. He'll eat it,
Mhm.
but he prefers a shred. He does not like the circular thin slice. My mom even gave us this like cool thing that does like veggies and like it's
There's a mandolin
that's slick.
because those things are.
Is that the little dude? Is that the guy with the Graku? What?
No,
Hey,
that's Mandalorian.
and what's the little green dude's name?
Grogu.
So he's not Baby Yoda?
I mean, that's his like nickname, but he is not Yoda.
Oh,
He's just another person from Yoda's planet, which has always been kind of it's always been a little bit of a mystery. Nobody really knew where Yoda was from or anything
what's
like
the
that.
little dude's name?
Grogu.
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 I see it. I just finished Daredevil Reborn and I saw it being advertised. And I like The Mandalorian, the show.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good show.
It was really good. Anyway, he prefers them shredded. So hear me out.
Okay.
Jeez, Judgy McJudge.
You know how I am about my
So
potatoes.
you do the whole pat them dry. This is gotten progressively worse. I thought I was in the clear. It's not.
Yeah, no.
Anyway,
That thing's not even bending anymore.
so
Go to a doctor.
you pat them dry, and I put them in. I have these little black skillets,
Mhm.
and I still do the same process. It's like you'd get in one of the fancy high-end places here. That's
Yeah,
where I
with, like
got
the
the idea.
skillet, you make them in the.
Would that bug you? Or do you mean like scooping them out of a big dish?
So that would be fine, but I like when I order au gratin potatoes, that's not what I'm asking for.
Okay,
Like I don't mind.
You want them? You
like
want 'em
I
scalloped.
I like a cheesy hash brown casserole as well, but to me that's just a different thing.
What about if it's like? So I don't know. I'm sorry, guys, that we got on this. I look at that more as the density.
That's maybe a good point. Maybe I
Okay,
haven't
so
had a
this is-
properly shredded density to make me okay
So it's
with
pretty.
the-
It's pretty. Have you? Like I get it,
Mhm.
right? You want to put your fork in, and you want it to.
Yeah, you want there to be like
you don't want it to be mushy.
Yeah.
Okay. So because this thing's pre-packed.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want it make. I'm like, God, I could just do cheesy hash browns, you guys. This is different,
Yeah.
but it does bind.
I mean, I'm willing to entertain it,
Okay.
especially if you're cooking it in the skillet. Like that kind of changes the equation a little bit. I went to an
Yes, Royce, there's my dude. If this was a potato show, it would be different.
Kobe. We established that.
Hey, and guess what?
Literally the thing we started talking about.
Royce, full disclosure, this was a week ago.
About a week ago.
Almost 10 years ago to the day was the infamous.
About as if this was a food
If
show.
this was a food show, it'd be different. And it was right before Berkshire Hathaway weekend.
really
Oh, and we went into a bit.
the my issue isn't that I don't like shredded potatoes. It's just I expect a certain thing. Like I told you, I went to a local establishment that a lot of people like and probably visited this weekend during Berkshire that I ordered au gratin potatoes and they came. It was basically a cheesy hash brown casserole, and I was like, "What is this?"
AA Ron and I had a conversation about fancy lettuce. I had a salad yesterday. It was. I'm not going back to that place. That's twice in a month.
Yeah, not
No.
doing it.
I'm sure it's fine.
Do I know what place this is?
Tremendous price points.
Okay.
And a lot of people, it's all over my TikTok. I should not have gotten a Cobb salad. I think Cobb salad should come a certain way.
Yeah. No, that's the same thing. You have like a very specific thing you're looking for when you order that.
Yeah, and
Most people do it that way, and then you're like, "Oh, this is different. I don't like this."
huge portions, great price points. And my first time there was spectacular.
Yeah.
But I'm chill.
You good now?
Cobb salad should be more meat than lettuce, in my opinion.
I mean, it is still a salad.
It is, but I mean, you get 3 meats in there, plus good eggs and cheese. You know what I mean?
I know, but like,
and I don't want you to mix it for me.
That's fair. A lot of people will have. See, I'm the opposite, I think.
No, man. Like
if you're putting, because it's easier. Here's my philosophy, right? Because I like, the dressing and stuff, and I want it to be evenly mixed throughout the thing. It's going to be easier for you to mix that thing back there than that tiny ass bowl you give me for salad.
I get it.
Which drives me crazy because then there's just lettuce and toppings going all over the place.
Hey, your boy asked.
Mix that thing backstage, all right?
I said, hey, what are the odds you guys have knives? And
at a restaurant?
You just have to kind of know.
Okay. I was going to say probably pretty high.
You'd be surprised.
I would imagine.
It wasn't in the plastic silverware section.
Oh.
I wanted to be able to cut
you meant like in the kitchen.
I wanted to be able to cut the lettuce up to get the right.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. No, I get that.
Stuff is at the bottom. I'm like, this is not how this goes. And it's in a bowl.
Yeah.
So I didn't have room to work.
Yeah.
So I wanted to dump it out and start over. Because I'm very, I didn't want him looking at me like, if you don't stop picking through that salad, because so I caved. I don't
know what the salad hate. Salads are good, man. I don't know what. There's a lot of salad hate in the chat. The salads are good.
So I don't know if technically it is called a salad, but if I'm going to have lettuce, I need minimal lettuce, lots of protein, and eggs. So if I could get that any place else, I don't need to eat a salad.
You basically just want like an unwich, like you just want like a leaf that is surrounding all the toppings.
Yeah, but I don't mind lettuce.
I like salad.
It just has to be less than everything else that's in there.
I like Caesars a lot. Caesar salad, big Caesar salad fan.
I could give or take the dressing.
Oh, I like dressing.
I couldn't open my dressing either.
Yeah.
Yeah. A guy that I was eating with used his teeth to open it and then gave it back to me. And I still did that. And you'd have high-fived me.
I'll be honest.
Because guess what? I couldn't find a knife to open the thing. And I can't tear.
Yeah, but you couldn't.
He couldn't either.
You couldn't bite the salad dressing yourself?
I don't believe in using my teeth to open stuff.
Is there like a story there, or we just?
I'm going to need you to process quicker. Your boy uses a fork to eat wings. You think I'm tearing open miscellaneous plastic with my veneers? Not a chance. It's a pet peeve.
I thought it was.
Stop putting dirty things.
Is this why the grapes bothered you so much? I'm trying to help you out here.
Just don't be so quick to put stuff in your mouth that you don't know where it's been.
I think that's good life advice for everybody.
Do you know how many times those packets get handled?
Yep.
They got to load them and like a lot. That's why I don't like fruit in my drinks.
DB, is this your first euphemism of the week, or did I just stumble upon that?
Hasn't been a good week, Jimmy Neutron. It hasn't been a good week.
I think it's been great.
Hasn't been a good week.
Coming up on the show today, we got Adam McCLINTOCK from Matrix Analytical coming up at 8 o'clock.
Apparently that was like reading hieroglyphics, Shane. Thanks for pulling that off.
At 8:45, we got Brian Edwards from Major Wager. At 9, we've got Krista Wood, the Creighton softball coach. Get the trifecta completed here with our softball coverage.
So are we past her breakfast time? Because they have team breakfast this morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think she says at 8:30. I think she said she'd go at 9.
How do you know?
Because he sent the texts.
Oh, to everybody?
Yeah. I was reading them,
Must have been before my conversion.
Everybody.
Oh, you're Apple now?
Then at 9:30.
No, my Saul to Paul, Shane. You better hope.
The road to Damascus.
He has no idea what that means.
I know.
Saul used to be a real bad guy, Shane.
It depends on who you ask.
Oh, Lord.
Then at 9:30, we got Jessica COODY from the Husker Radio Network.
Juan, what makes me interesting?
Who I was planning to talk to softball about. That's still not right. Talk to about softball. There we go. Nailed it. 4th time's a charm.
Yeah.
But I imagine there's going to be some Oklahoma City Thunder talk there as well.
Yeah.
And I hope she didn't hear my Shea Gildress-Alexander slander.
Yeah, I'm 100% sure she did. So
I'm gonna offer an olive branch. I'll be like, I like Chet though.
Yeah. So the good thing about us messing up, even though you did provide a lot of content, which I'm gonna keep it moving. Cool. But we've been topped by nonsense in media, so it's like we're good.
Yeah, no, I think we're actually like the normal ones now. I don't know, that really flipped in like a week.
A week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Not bad.
Yeah. We haven't
Kobe, that's not true.
We haven't lambasted any teenagers on the show this week, so I think we're okay.
Dude, we can't just be our chat. Come on, guys. Oh, come on, man. Are you watching this?
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on
No, don't.
What's been happening here.
Don't. I do, Aaron, and I picked Anaheim last night. I gave it to allergies. I just killed 2 more brain cells. I'm down to 4.
Did you just hold a sneeze in? What happened?
Yeah. I don't sneeze out loud.
That's not good for you, man.
Well, I don't care.
Okay.
It's fine. It's like, wait, one more. Ouch.
Yeah, I don't think that's good for you, man. They look painful.
Oh, I got a leaky eye.
Yeah, because you're holding in sneezes.
That's not true.
Oh, okay. You're type 1. Like, it's minimal. No big deal. I'll just keep it pushing. It's a goddamn sneeze.
That's fine. I'm just saying, like, that's an unnecessary pain point you're causing yourself.
Oh, Kobe.
Your eyeball starts leaking.
Stop cussing at me.
Yes, Sadie, you're missing a majority of the comments. In case these guys are certifiable. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like we're in the clear. We're good.
Yeah, I think we're the most.
It wasn't even a controversial spiel.
Which one?
Yours?
Apparently, that's not accurate because a lot of people had feelings about it.
So, apparently, that's not accurate.
You know what I figured out though yesterday as we were talking to BC? I think I figured something out. As I was kind of rambling, not asking him any questions, but he was being a good sport about it.
Hang on.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Scott? DB, as you age, you're gonna regret holding in this. He's gonna make. Oh no, we're not doing that. That's terrifying. Number 1 and number 2. No, I don't have the sneak ups. I don't know how that happens to people where they have to do like the mini sprints and like no, you know. You know, that's look, that's not gonna happen. I won't eat.
That's true. That's true.
I just won't eat.
Yeah, you just won't eat.
Nope.
I've seen it before.
That's not gonna happen to me.
And I'm like, hey, bud, when's the last time you ate? You're like, I don't know, like 28 hours ago. I'm like, oh, geez.
I'm getting up. Yeah.
You're like, don't worry.
God, why did he have to say that?
You're like, don't worry though. I've had 18 fruit
But he's
waters.
not that much older than me.
Is he older than you?
Barely.
Oh, okay. I would have guessed in the neighborhood. Same age.
He's close. Same decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's it's a 10-year period. You get
That ain't that much.
Depends on. I mean, like 90 to 100 is not that much.
Unless
like,
you're SIP. I make fun of him because he acts like he's like 70, but he's really only like 56 or 7, maybe. It's fun to make fun of the guys that are close to me that act super old. So that's why I do.
Oh, I get it. That makes sense.
It's not like a thing. You act much older than your
age.
Oh,
for sure. Yeah. I forget that we're not the same age.
Yeah. Well, I don't, because I can't say anything apparently without it being some.
Oh, that's not an age thing. That's just
it's fun.
It's a temperament thing.
Dr. Katie thought you were 29, Ravi.
29? Really? That's wild.
She said, and I quote, "He seems like he has a young soul."
Who?
It's the only person who's ever said that about me ever.
I kind of like her though, so I'm gonna tread lightly.
No, she's super cool, but like
I kind of like her.
I think literally that's the only person who ever's been like, you have a young soul.
Hey, so
Maybe it's because I'm just so much fun.
Austin, while I've got you, I have a question.
Yes, Queen.
I had stuff. I was drinking, man. You almost got me.
Why? Why? Is it a car joke?
He almost got me. He's just a little spit take almost.
Neutron, you're extremely for lack of a better, you're just kind of like the naughty kid, right? Like constantly pushing and stirring. But then you have like these pious components to you where it's like, it might just be a bit.
Yeah,
like,
raised Catholic. That makes sense.
And all those trailer park parties you had, like you were the man on campus, right? Like, were they like as wholesome as a trailer party could be, or like were you pretty much an envelope pusher?
I mean, there was definitely some floors that were getting close to caved in for those double wide trailer parties, but as pious as a double wide trailer party can be in East Lawn Trailer Park, I suppose. Yes, we were doing the Lord's work. I did regular mission trips to South Padre Island,
douchebaggery,
Lake Havasu, many mission trips.
All right, fine. Fine. I did miss you though.
I have follow-up questions, but I think they're for off air.
No, please follow.
No.
We have 4 guests. I'm sure no one wants to hear sports until then.
He gets mad. Like if there's two, like I'm like, Ravi, we talk to each other all the time. Guests are okay. He gatekeeps the number of guests we can have.
I mean, obviously not, because we're going to be on 4 for back-to-back days.
Well, we had to get Coach Wood today because she was traveling.
No,
yesterday.
I understand. I understood the allowances. I get it.
Well, thank you. It's
But
like pulling teeth.
If Brunts wanted to stay on Thursday, we would have had 5. And I was like, listen, that's a lot.
You're such a baby.
We're doing a lot.
Brunts is hilarious. We were texting after.
Yeah.
The more you know.
Brunts is real funny.
Dude, he's hilarious.
No, I like to have 3. 3 is my preferred number.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think 3 guests is the right cadence for the show.
It was a top 10 day for me. I don't know about her, but
Talking about going to Fenway. We love Fenway.
That was interesting.
So look, we're gonna be all right. I mean, that's not.
Didn't you? I didn't know when I asked the question.
I didn't either. I had no idea.
Shout out Brunts.
I mean,
stop.
No, I know a lot. I don't know a lot about his family, but like that's not surprising.
Yeah. All things came up Millhouse there, so we're okay.
Everything's coming out Millhouse.
We had two 24/7 sports guys on in the same day.
Well, that was the other thing. I was like, I mean, do we want to? But Brunts is different enough from.
I just want to tell you, dealing with Shane through this whole thing, I think you should give me a little grace because I was very stressed because he was driving me up the wall.
Yeah, you're much kinder about it than I am.
I was trying to work with him.
Yeah,
I was trying to work with him.
Don't even get me started, Damon.
On what?
He shot it. He blew his load. He was like, "Hey, Brunts is the guy."
Don't cut that.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
When you say "don't get me started," give me the chance to not say anything. I would have chilled.
You didn't say anything at all.
Oh, don't get me started. Here, like I didn't even get a chance to rectify it.
He's like, don't get me started. I'm going to shoot first.
Yeah.
Like that's the don't get me started is literally just his time to.
And that was an accident.
I meant spill the beans.
Usually is.
Shut up. No, it's not. What are you, 10? What do you mean?
I'll explain to you later.
That doesn't sneak up on you. Where'd that come from?
Look at all these beans. Got refried, black, pinto, navy bean. Speaking of being inclusive, I like black beans as well. I didn't know how much people could hear you choking on the air over there on
that's not good.
over the black bean. It's probably 'cause you're trying to hold in sneezes again.
Would you leave me alone?
I didn't like that makes sense why your eye's been leaking.
I don't know what it is.
I mean, it's all connected, eyes, sinuses, sneezing.
Oh,
Gotta be careful out here.
man.
You gotta be careful.
Jeremy, he's sensational too. He is. I have liked him for a long time.
Who's that?
Really good athlete. Liebentritt.
Oh yeah. You like him a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's good. He's a good player.
Good ball player.
Good
athlete overall.
I'm not sure he knows how good he could be.
Oh, really?
Yes, he's very. He's just natural.
Yeah.
Like if he stepped on the gas, he's gifted. Has a cool family too. Tough kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I've only seen him play live.
I'm not surprised. Collins
times,
is a good recruiter. Coach Collins is a good recruiter.
Yeah. I mean, they have a pretty good idea what they're looking for.
And
up there.
they do well in the secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Coach Collins is a good recruiter at Minnesota.
It seems like they have a maybe blueprint of kind of what they're looking for.
Yeah. And you had to do your due diligence because he's kind of flying under the radar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even on his own team last year.
Yeah, I would say locally, people don't talk about him a lot.
Yeah, he's legit.
I don't know if it's a Class B thing or if it's a result of last year's class being kind of loaded, like just doesn't get a lot of run.
Juan, I am the furthest thing from a vegetarian you can get.
Yeah, I was stunned to hear that you would even order a Cobb salad.
Can I just tell you though, in my defense?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not attacking you for salads.
And
I
told AA Ron, I said, she's looking at me like, dude, shut the heck up. But I whispered. I was like, this is exactly what I did. I said, hey, I really would love a Cobb salad, but can you tell them extra meat, like whatever that costs, a little more cheese, and I like eggs. Right?
Yeah.
Easy. Rang it up. It was super cheap. Lunch is like $22 for the two of us. And I told you they have really good price points. So she was not dismissive, but wasn't like, oh yeah, we could do that. She just kind of punched it in.
Yeah.
So about 2 minutes later, because I'm paranoid, because I don't really rock with lettuce like that, right? So I walked back over to the counter and I was like, hey.
You doubled back?
Yeah. Did you hear the part about that? And she goes, deadpan. She goes, she's a little itty bitty thing. And she goes, uh-huh. Not yes. Not sure. Uh-huh. So tail between the legs. I went back to the table. I told Aaron, I go, I don't think she likes me.
That's one of those. That's one of
and
those.
Sure enough, when it came out,
that's one of those. I heard you. You're gonna get what you get. Leave me alone, so I don't get fired by saying something
worse
crazy.
Than
I think sure is worse.
I don't know, man. Of a verbal, because nonverbals, it's obviously the thumbs up.
I think it's great to get thumbs up from people.
Thumbs up, blow.
No, that's what I used to give to people instead of the finger when I was driving. I would be really annoyed with them. I'd be like, "Good job, buddy. You did great."
Dude, I'm like, I got it, and I looked at. I'm like, well, at least it's big.
Do you know how much meat that place typically puts on a salad?
No.
So maybe that was double.
Hard pressed.
I'm just saying, if you don't have a point of reference, you really don't know if it's double or not.
Hard pressed.
Like if I go to Chipotle's,
I do give them credit though. My bacon was closer to slices than bits.
That's good.
Yeah.
So it's real bacon. Is real bacon adjacent?
Yeah. But isn't there like ham or turkey? Like I'm like
in what, a Cobb salad?
I kept saying this. I was like, dang, where's my third meat?
What's the second one?
Chicken sometimes.
Oh, I never order Cobb salad, so I don't know what's on there.
Yeah, there's a place really, really close to us that I think has one of the best Cobb salads in the city. And it is a monster bowl. It's like your hat turned upside down. Not that you have a huge head.
It's like a 7 5/8. It's pretty good size.
It's got to be in the 8. Stop it.
It's not. It's a 7 5/8. Sometimes 7 3/4 if they fit tight, but I've never
seen a 7 5/8.
Really? Oh, they have them.
Really?
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
I'm done with you today. It's fine. You set the lineup?
Yeah, I set the lineup at like 7:30.
Juan.
It was a while ago.
It's gonna drive me up the wall. I don't know why I'd let that bother me. I hate vegetables.
Listen, it's all good. You like the only place you like vegetables apparently is your cucumber water you were talking about yesterday. You kept bringing up cucumber water, and I was like, this
does trying to wiggle off the hook.
This might be a you thing with the cucumber water, man. I don't know. There's literally only one place I've ever maybe there's been a couple.
Do you go to hotels? They always have cucumber water.
So once I said the one place, then I started thinking about hotels. But there's only one restaurant locally that I've been to that gives you cucumber water, and I'm like, hey, you could keep your cucumbers, but I'm good here. Pass.
My man, Juan is my dude.
I don't want my water.
Hey, low key, Juan, what you sent me, that's my spot too. That little town.
Yeah.
I love Juan. He's the GOAT. He's not the GOAT. He's working his way into the top 10. It's very crowded up there.
Yeah,
no, I have some 1-1As. You're so like that is only one spot. No,
you're like that guy that's like you're like that NBA fan that's like he's a top 5 player in the league and names 14 players. And it's like that's not how top 5s work.
I even get a chance to finish. You're just
so you know how ties work, DB. Like if you go first place, tied for first place, tied for first place. The next one isn't second place.
Guess what? Guess how they're all listed? Ones.
No, I get that. But guess what? The next one's listed 4, not 2. That's how that works.
Big integer guys.
I'm just a big counting guy. You have 3 guys tied for first. The next guy's 4th, not second. So
Counting fucks.
Just saying. I don't know what that is.
I suppose we ought to do sports at some point.
I was trying to bring up the BC thing again, and you're just like,
Brian Christopherson?
You're just like, need to talk about salads some more. Speaking of being inclusive, I like black beans as well. I do. I wish, like, just serve me salad in a bigger bowl. It's not that hard, guys.
My bowl was giant.
It's just.
I wanted to take it home.
Big bowl.
It'd have been a nice storage container.
And it's honestly not just salad. Anytime there's I know you don't eat like pasta and stuff.
It took me like 3 minutes to get the lid off.
But anything that I may need to mix up, just give me a bigger bowl.
Yeah. Like the guy in Jaws.
Well, no, that's a bigger boat.
Oh,
it's different.
That too. What about BC's interview?
I felt like I discovered something about myself during that interview.
Oh, this is good.
I was trying to take some self-inventory.
Self-awareness. I like that.
I'm a big self-awareness guy in other people.
Yeah.
No.
That's not what that's called. I don't know if you missed the whole self thing.
No, I want them to have awareness about themselves. I'll deal with me later. No, as I said, I was rambling through statements that he was kind enough to respond to instead of just staring awkwardly and being like, "You got a question there, bud?"
Yeah.
I do think there is something to, and I think you'll like this because you're a very like process, detail oriented, solutions business type of guy. Mm-hmm. I do think if we could get, before we have any discussions about, especially with fans, and I consider myself in that group, right? If we could have a discussion about what is your desired outcome as a fan in general before we got into a debate about something, I feel like it would change everything.
Right.
Because like there's probably a group of people out there. It's like, I think Nebraska or whoever they root for, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it's Nebraska or the Lakers or the Dodgers or the Red Sox, whoever, it's like, I think they should be competing for a championship every single year. That's probably Ohio State, right? We think we should be competing for a championship every single year. If I know that's your desired outcome from fandom and nothing else, I'm going to have a different conversation with you than the one if I think you're coming from where I'm coming from, right? If your desired outcome is like, hey, I want to make a bowl game every year, bare minimum standard, make a bowl game every year, and I want to not get embarrassed against really good teams. That's a different conversation than with the first guy, right? If you're like, hey, I want to win a decent amount, I don't want to lose 5 straight to the Cubs. Yeah, don't want to lose 5 straight to the club. I mean,
Then you're like,
a little more.
the plucky Dodgers. You're
a
still
little
in
more-
first place. But I say, I don't. No. To your point,
Yeah,
plucky Dodgers.
Yeah.
They lost 5 in a row. To the Cubs. How have we lost 5 in a row to the Cubs? And you're going to say, DB, you back-to-back World Series, whatever, however it is.
I'd probably in that instance, I'd probably say it's baseball,
you'd be
5-game
super
losing
douche,
streaks,
yeah,
it's whatever.
And I'd be like, oh, it's the Cubs. I hate the Cubs and this, that, and the other. So
Fair.
like
It's like the Iowa thing. I never want to lose to Iowa.
Yeah,
like
my
that's
frame
how
of reference for the discussion point of my vitriol is different than probably
the macro
your overarching thing.
Yes, and then there's some people like very much with your Cubs thing is like, I never want to lose to Iowa. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the standings, whatever are. Just don't lose to Iowa. That's my desired outcome. And then there's people like, as I was talking with BC yesterday, I go, yes, I want to win. Absolutely. Like I think Nebraska bare minimum should make bowl games every year and should get to a point where they're in the college football playoff conversation most years, right?
Yeah.
Like that's my goal in terms of winning. Whatever happens from there, I think there's some variance that I can live with. But the other thing that I realized is I really want a program that represents the state and where we're from well. That's important to me. I don't know if it's important to other people. I think it is important to some other people.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's other people that do not care. But I've gone on these rants before. I like where I'm from more than I like the university, and I like the university.
Correct.
But I didn't go there. I like being from Omaha. I like being from Nebraska. I want the things that represent us publicly to do so in a way I'm proud of, right? Part of that's what it looks like on the field. Part of that's how we conduct ourselves. So that's a big desired outcome for me. But if you don't have that desired outcome, we're going to have very different conversations, right? And this is kind of the first time I've sort of put it all together in the sense of like, oh, it's very much like coaching. If I know, like if your desired outcome at Westside is to win at all costs, the players that you bring into the program are going to be different.
It'd be the conversation we had
would have gone a different way.
Right.
And I wouldn't still be mad at you. It's fine. Right. But you know what I mean? Like you would have a very different process in terms of who you bring into the program, how you operate with those guys. It'd be a very different thing. If that was the only desired outcome was to win a state championship every single year. Right. It's the same thing as if you're a player. If your only desired outcome is because we see this a lot, actually, I think. Get the bag to what Yeah. So whether it's, hey, there's some guys, their only like their goal their entire lives was to play Division I. And that's a different desired outcome from the guy that says, hey, I want to make it to the league versus the guy that says, hey, I want to be a Hall of Famer. Like when your desired outcome's been one thing the whole, like by the time LeBron James was probably 12, he's thinking in his head, hey, I want to be a Hall of Fame basketball player, bare minimum. That's a different thing than some of his teammates back in Akron that were like, hey, I just want to play for the University of Akron, right? So I don't know that we have applied that lens to fans very often, and I think if we did, some of these conversations would be way easier because it would put us in a place of, I understand where you're coming from. You may not agree where I'm coming from, but you at least understand that we're coming from different places. So our common ground is going to look different than if we had the same desired outcomes.
Yeah, I get it. And the frame of reference to have discussions is different too.
Yes. Yeah. I think a lot of the tension in these discussions is a different desired outcome or varying degrees of those desired outcomes. And that's why I can have, like, when that thing got clipped last week, I did not think it was going to be dominating the next 3 days of my life, right? Like I had no idea that was even a controversial thing to say. And then I'm like, oh, a lot of people are processing this a lot differently than I thought they would.
Or how you intended it.
Yeah, or how I intended it. And so like, okay, where is this coming from and how did we get to a point where the thing I said and the thing you heard are so far apart from each other? And I think it comes back to these desired outcomes. If your desired outcomes are so different than what mine are, then the thing you hear me say is going to be processed dramatically differently than if we were on the same page from the start.
Shane, we're going to have to give this guy credit again.
What'd he do?
The guy that famously uttered, I think it's hilarious when we have these discussions and these debates that we don't establish what the criteria of what we're talking about is.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, I hate giving that guy credit.
Which I'm telling you, it's like,
No,
that's why I
like
was hype about when Sipple was like, it's hard for people to win or lose or win arguments or debates with it because I'm going to make distinctions.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you're going to make it clear that they're talking about something
completely different
than what you are.
Yeah.
And so it becomes very difficult unless they are willing to have the conversation you're actually having.
Yeah.
And then you're probably better prepared to have that conversation than they are.
Otherwise, then I would just tell you it was my opinion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just be like, yeah, this is just what I think.
Yeah.
And then
you can keep him up there for another 5 minutes.
Yeah, we'll leave him on through the break. That's fine. Coming up next, we got Adam McCLINTOCK from Matrix Analytical.
Oh, you talk about a guy that has some facts.
Yeah, that's not a lot of gray area in his world.
No.
Got a lot of
the
facts and
schedule
figures.
talk I want to get into because I thought that was fascinating.
I want to get into the schedule talk. We haven't talked to him since the hiring cycle either, from all of college football. So we'll see if he'll get into some of that with us as well.
Well, why wouldn't he? It's what he does.
Well, I know
actually he kind of gets paid to.
Some of his stuff's proprietary, so I don't want to put him in a weird spot. So I try and tread carefully. I want to protect his business.
Right.
We appreciate the time.
Maybe he'll give you the BC treatment where he has the utmost patience.
I hope so, because I need it.
Yeah, I didn't get it yesterday from Brunts.
We'll be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, and we do that on purpose, right? We want to go play the best and challenge our girls. And, I think it exposes weaknesses and allows you to work on what you need to work on. So we'll always do that. And I think it's helped us a lot this year in terms of preparing for conference play. Yeah, we don't do that a whole lot. I don't do that a whole lot. But this is the time of the season that you really enjoy. This is fun. This is what you work all year for. So, and I think they'll do that. I think they'll just go out and have fun and enjoy it.
Yeah, it really sets me up for success just because I have felt that pressure and I have been in it. And with our team being so experienced and old, it also, I feel like a lot of the girls feel the same way. Yeah, like I said, I feel like we're all just such good friends and that goes such a long way. And we're all very similar mindset. We have the winning mentality. Oh, extremely. It shows that we can compete with anyone and we can step on the field with an SEC team and we can compete with them too.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Adam McCLINTOCK from Matrix Analytical. Adam, what's going on, buddy? How we doing?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Oh, the last couple of weeks, I've been shielding my friend because he can dodge bullets, and a lot of campfire and s'mores around these parts in the off season, man. No angst or hand wringing or nastiness in old Nebraskaville, right? We're just Nebraska nice.
What's the fun in that, though? Come on, we need to mix it up a little bit.
It's miserable. Like, I have to sometimes people make fun of me because I do lots of dumb things out in my car when I'm trying to like get ready for the show, but sometimes I have to like psych myself up. Embrace the negativity. Embrace the negativity. This season can't get here soon enough, Adam, as you can imagine.
Yeah, it's I thought it'd been pretty quiet though, honestly. I mean, I get people
speaking.
Yeah, relatively speaking, I get people, and maybe that's why people have come out and decide they need to bitch about something because it's been too quiet. There's an absence of real drama. You got to create your own, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what we do.
We do. We just like. I don't know. I think we like to argue. Be mean-spirited.
Well, then we gotta, cannibalize other media members. Otherwise, we don't have content for stuff. So, it works. It's fine.
Oh, I've seen that. That was interesting. Yeah.
I'm just like, I told him all he had to do was wait a week, and all the shine would be off of him. Who'd know? Just wait it out. It'll be fine. Yeah, somebody else will get the vitriol here soon. Oh, so you said something interesting the other day, because I hate schedule talk, right? Mm-hmm. But I get it in your line of work. Like, data is data, and you can look and you can see, and there's obviously talking points and all this hand wringing over Nebraska's schedule. And this was on the heels of Coach Rhule saying, "Hey, you guys know we recruit to that, right? Like, this is the Big Ten. This is what we want to do." I didn't name the player, but I talked about the player at the Osborne Complex after the spring game who it was just like, I hate how everybody is so negative about the schedule. Like, that's why we came here, and this was before Coach Rhule said what he said. So, and I played, so I don't care, right? You just play who you play. What do your numbers show you about the degree of kind of clutching that we're having over the schedule when we know this is part of the Big Ten?
Well, I mean, this is big boy football, right? This is we all want to be part of the Power Two, as people call it, and this is what it's going to be year in, year out. And honestly, relative to the rest of the league, Nebraska's schedule isn't really even that bad. I think I have it ranked 8th in the Big Ten, so we're like right in the middle of as far as schedule strength, they're right in the middle of the conference. So I don't know what people expect. I mean, if you're going to compete in this conference, you're going to have to play Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, and there's no more off games. Okay. So I have a lot of OU fans because OU fan friends here in Oklahoma, because that's, I married into it. Right? Yeah. So they learned that they're learning that now, being in the SEC. There's no they don't get to go to Lawrence. They don't get to go to some of these weeks where maybe you can roll out your B- or C+ game and still win. It's tough. You have to bring it week in and week out, and there just aren't very many off weeks. I mean, look at Michigan. People are whining about our schedule. Look at Michigan State's schedule. I mean, that's with the new coaching staff, right? It's their Michigan State schedule is they have Toledo, which is not an easy MAC school, right? Then they got Notre Dame, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Illinois, and then they get Northwestern and at UCLA, who UCLA is going to be really, really, really improved this year. Then you got Michigan, Washington, and Oregon. So let's pump the brakes on woe is us schedule talk in Lincoln, because it's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah, I mean, I keep telling people this. I was like, hey, this is kind of just what the Big Ten is going to be moving forward, right? Like you're always going to have 3 or 4 really challenging games. The rest of them aren't going to be easy, as you said. But also, like, we just saw a number come out, I think it was earlier this week, DB, where the Big Ten paid out almost $1.4 billion to its schools. This is what the money's for, right?
Mhm.
Like, you don't get that money if you're playing in the Big Ten West still. Like, that's not, like, you don't get to have both. Either you get to have Big 12 money or you get to have Big Ten money, and you got to play everybody. Like, that's just sort of, like, that's literally what the money's for.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sorry, but networks aren't paying for Nebraska TCU. You know, they're paying for Nebraska Michigan, Nebraska Oregon. You know,
And the whole thing was to keep the inventory anyway in-house. Like, that's how it works.
Exactly.
That's why they play 9 conference games.
Yes.
Yeah. You like the shiny things. You're gonna have to, you know, the risk it for the biscuit type of thing. You know, you got to go out there and you got to earn it. I mean, it's, you know, I personally, I love it because as a Nebraska fan, pressure, you know, nothing pushes growth like pressure. So,
Yeah.
you know, I would much rather be in an environment where, hey, you better have your ducks in a row or you're going to get embarrassed on the weekend, because you're not playing any chumps week in and week out in the Big Ten, both from a talent standpoint and from a coaching staff standpoint. These guys aren't playing around. So,
and plus, like, there can be, like, 2 things can be true at once, right? Especially when we're talking about the microscope or just the evaluating of what's going on here the first 3 years, right? It's like, I kind of liken it to a tree where, you know, it's getting vertical and we can see what's above the ground, but at the same time, it's growing below ground too, the part you can't see, where it's getting the roots. So I think part of the first 3 years in terms of what's going on with development has to be, if you're going to flourish at some point, has to just simply be you're growing your roots. Like, we can't see it, but you assume that it's happening, and that's ultimately how, like, those trees stay anchored down, right? The leaves and the foliage is pretty. Like, that can be the winds, but you still have to establish some roots.
yeah, you're right. And you know, I've talked to you guys about this. The staff that's in place now is the most well-rounded staff that Coach Rhule has had in Lincoln since he's been there.
I don't think you said out loud yet. I think that may have just been us.
I think that was just
why
text.
do you think that?
Oh, okay. So the reason, so the first staff that was hired, I think we made it pretty known at Matrix that we weren't super excited about some of the offensive staff hires when that happened.
Yeah,
that got rectified when Holgerson came in. Dakil Shorts is an excellent wide receivers coach. We love EJ Barthel. I'm glad he's still around. People need to get off his back. He's really, really, really good at what he does. The defensive staff was, got turned over. Last year we weren't quite as excited about it. This year we're more excited about it. This is his most well-rounded, balanced staff he's had there. He did a really good job of he's kind of withstood the first couple rounds of attrition and adjustment, and now I think this staff he's built very, very, very wisely, and I'm anxious to see how it rolls out. But that's just kind of part of it. You're going to go through these kind of staff churn. That's another thing that Cignetti up in Indiana has kind of ruined people on, is staffs don't stay together like that as long as his has, for as long as it has typically. It just, that's not something that typically happens. And people who are wanting more staff churn to get the results they did in Indiana, they don't understand that, hey, that's part of the problem. You keep hitting the reset button, and enough times, soon enough, that machine's not going to turn on again. It's just how it is.
So kind of walk me through this kind of individually. Save Orich for last. Let's work closest to the ball, away from the ball. Let's go Wade Teasley offense, and then go D-line defense and work your way out about kind of what the data shows.
Okay. So Teasley, excellent recruiter. Okay, big time recruiter. He always, is pulling in talent above what his program typically should get for, by the logo on his shirt, right? So we like that about him. Jeep Wade, he was one of the top 10 offensive line coaches in the country according to our numbers. As a fan, I was really excited to see him come in. So that's going to be. I think you're going to see immediate progress on the offensive line, or at least big strides forward. Defensive line, Coach Brown, he's had his career has been in our data a little more up and down. He's got a really high ceiling, but he's also had a couple of years where you're like, okay, what happened there? So it's just. But we really, really, really like the risk there, because when he hits it out of the ballpark, he hits it out of the zip code. So we really like what they did with Corey Brown there, and that kind of goes along with his. We don't have as much data on Yelk that was hired, just because he doesn't have quite as many years for us to track as the others did, but we did like what he did, and just some of the communication issues I think will get cleared up because all those defensive guys have worked together with Arch before. One of the things that we try to really convey to our clients is, hey, listen, we can give you the numbers, we can give you the risk assessment on these guys, but there's still a human element. These guys have to be speaking the same language, okay, or this is not going to work. I mean, communication is the most important thing for making any cooperative work correctly. I mean, biblically, look at the Tower of Babel. When that thing was rolling, what did God do? Okay,
Pre-connected
the languages. He messed up the communication, and that stopped that in its tracks. So that is something we really push to our clients is, hey, listen, we can give you the risk assessment and show you the numbers on these guys and all the data, for days, but your guys have to be able to communicate with each other, and you have to take that into account when you're making these hires. And I think that was something he did really well this time around.
There's as you're talking about that and Signetti, and it kind of you think back to some of these really, really great programs that were great for a really long time that had a ton of staff continuity, whether it was Nebraska, whether it was for a long time, like Florida State had a ton of staff continuity for a while with guys like Mickey Andrews and Mark Richt. Do you guys have a continuity metric where you're like, hey, this coach is kind of what we think as a head coach, but when when they've had the same like OCDC together for multiple years, then there's sort of a multiplying factor. Is that something you guys track, or is it even possible to track in your experience?
We are actively trying to do that right now. It's really, really difficult with all the moving parts. And so, because you also have to take into account nowadays that when a coordinator leaves, usually his players go with him, or a couple players go with him, or pieces of that puzzle go with him. So then if production falls off slightly the next year, is it that the coordinator left, or is it that the talent left and they have to, fill that vacuum, right? So we're playing around with that, how to track all those moving parts and try to get a good grasp on that. But I think that there definitely is a continuity element in it for sure. I mean, there's not very many staffs you see across the country that are able to churn every 2 or 3 years and have sustained success. I think Oregon's going to see that this year. You watch Oregon really closely. I think that's that'll be a telltale sign for how well Dan Lanning is at doing all this. So,
and they're so talented up front too. Like, I mean, on paper, can they overcome? I get it, the litmus test, but Adam, they have such good players, at least on paper. Do you think we'll still get a good gauge about departures?
Maybe not right away.
Okay.
Right. So the thing that, okay, so Dave, my partner Dave Bartu.
Yeah, yeah.
He's an Oregon guy. So we actually ran the numbers on Oregon with the previous staff in place from last year with this coming year's talent and what we look at with the current year talent. It was 2 losses. Okay, it was worth 2 losses. So we have Oregon going 9-3, where last year, if with last year's staff, we would have had them going more like 11-1. So it it matters, and it may not. They still might get 9 wins, 9-10 wins, and that's successful, right? Especially in the Big Ten landscape. But it's relative to what possibly could have been with the talent of the previous staff. So,
all right, slot these for me with the newbies, right? Because especially on the heels of UCLA, currently sitting in most people's top 8 composite recruiting. The Chesney hire, I think, surprised all of us, after the overtures the 3rd time around from Penn State and however that shook out. But I'll give you Penn State, which makes Ravi mad because he's a huge Matt Campbell guy. You've got Michigan State, you've got UCLA, and you've got Michigan,
which also makes Ravi mad.
Now, they're going to be interesting. That secondary is elite. That roster. Anyway, slot those for me, Adam, in terms of how you think they put their staffs together.
Well, first is Michigan. I mean, that is a really, really tremendous staff that they put together there and brought over from Utah, basically. And he not only that, but he brought over Jay Hill from BYU as defensive coordinator, who's an excellent defensive mind. Okay, so people don't really know, but he was the head coach at Wright State. Is it Wright State? It's Division II school in Utah. That was really, really, really good defensively for years, and it was because he was the head coach. He's a very good defensive mind. So he continued that at BYU for the last 3 years when he was there. So him coming in along with Jason Beck, who is a really good, really highly rated offensive coordinator in our system, and that staff is going to be a headache in Ann Arbor. They just are. Especially with Kyle Lettingham maybe feeling like he was pushed out ahead of his time. He's probably, revved that engine up again a little bit, got that fire burning again. So we'll see. So I like Michigan best out of those. Actually, if I'm looking at ceiling, I think next I would say UCLA. Bob Chesney has a chance to do some good things out in LA. I like Matt Campbell at Penn State. I think the ceiling, like Matt Campbell's floor at Penn State is probably higher than Bob Chesney's floor at UCLA, obviously. But I think the ceiling for Chesney at UCLA could be higher, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah. And then after that is Michigan State. I'm sorry. Pat Fitzgerald, he did wonderful things at Northwestern, but as soon as his defensive coordinator, Mark Hankwitz, walked out that door, that program was never the same. So that tells us a lot about who was really, greasing those wheels at Northwestern before Hankwitz left. It was driven a lot by his defenses and his ability to field competitive defenses with the type of talent Northwestern's getting, compared to who they're having to play. I don't know if that can be replicated, although they pulled LeVar Woods out of Iowa, which was an amazing hire for them, because LeVar Woods is going to be a head coach someday, and he's going to be a good one.
And they got Bull, and I get it. Michigan State is Bullock's alma mater, but to leave Notre Dame as kind of the defensive mind in waiting, I think quietly may be a pretty good pull too.
Yeah, and that's true, but they're in a bad way right now, and it's in order to get footing. How are you going to get footing in East Lansing right now? You're constantly running into the bully now up in Ann Arbor. You got the guys in Columbus. And this is the third coach now in less than 6 or 7 years, right? So. That makes that's exactly what I was talking about with the
continuity.
Continuity is that program is still trying just to grasp at straws, trying to get traction, and we were really shocked when they fired Jonathan Smith, because he's actually a very good coach, and I don't think it was as bad there as what people made it out to be.
Adam, when you look at Michigan State in particular, you brought up some really good points there about the challenges they face. And I know you have the metrics on coaches maybe more than jobs in schools. So this might just be more your opinion, but I think people assume Michigan State is going to be a significantly easier opportunity for Fitzgerald. And that's part of what they like about, well, he maximized at Northwestern, where it's obviously one of the harder jobs in the Big Ten. Is Michigan State that much easier in the current landscape than Northwestern was in the Big Ten West?
Probably the only reason I would say it's maybe a little bit easier is just because of the admission standards, maybe not quite as stiff as he was facing at Northwestern. Especially that matters a lot today in today's age of NIL, where you're looking for guys with a transfer portal more than ever. It's a lot easier to get those transfers into Michigan State than it is Northwestern, or Stanford's having the same problem. Some of these higher end, more academic prestigious schools struggle with that because you're not going to be able to get the pick of the litter in the transfer portal as you hope. I mean, it just that's how their academic setup is with those programs. So I would give a slight edge still to Michigan State, but it's not by much, honestly.
Looking at schools like Notre Dame and Coach Freeman has had to retool a little bit of that staff, and he's got arguably the best quarterback in the country coming back. At least for my money, I'd take CJ Carr over almost just about anybody, certainly Arch. But having said that, that secondary is going to be elite. The portal is the portal for them, right? They seem to be more malleable, maybe with some of their admission standards, maybe working more closely with administration, closer to Lou Holtz than I guess Jerry Faust. Still pretty dangerous, Adam, as you see where Notre Dame sits on that perch firmly in everybody's preseason top 5.
Yeah, I mean Notre Dame, they're as long as Freeman's there and he is able to keep the key pieces of the staff in place, namely, Mike Denbrook at the offensive coordinator, they're going to be a problem. I mean, it's just he's that type of coach where the only way you're going to get Notre Dame off that perch is if somebody pulls Freeman from that job. So because just the type of and I hate this word as much as anybody else does, but the type of culture that he's cultivated there in South Bend, it's sustainable. I mean, it's one that fits that program's identity. And Notre Dame, as long as Freeman's there, they're going to be probably a fixture in the playoff as long as he can keep his offensive coordinator there and happy.
Adam, I'm going to take you out of the Big Ten here for a second.
Notre Dame was out of the Big Ten.
I mean, kind of. There's kind of a spiritual Big Ten member.
Come on over.
We heard some comments from Nick Saban a week or two ago that we played on the show about how he was sort of defending Kalen DeBoer and the job that's been done and trying to get the fans off his back a little bit there. When you're looking at what Alabama is as a program, what they've been historically, obviously there was going to be some drop off from Saban to anyone else on the planet. How have you guys evaluated the job that Kalen DeBoer's done so far? Like, is Saban right? Has he been better than people give him credit for, or is the job he's doing, considering the talent they bring in, a little subpar?
He's right on. I mean, he's not phenomenal, but he's probably got like doing a B grade job, right? Not phenomenal, but better than average, right? And people forget Alabama as a program. There was Bear Bryant, right? There was Gene Stallings, right? And then there was a fairly large gap in there.
A bunch of other dudes.
Yeah, a bunch of other dudes. And then Nick Saban. Alabama hasn't been the juggernaut of college football year in, year out like people have made them out to be since the Saban era, okay? I think, Kalen DeBoer came in there and he had to do things his way and be Kalen DeBoer, not try to be Nick Saban. I think that's what this kind of adjustment period for them is is like.
Mm.
Kalen DeBoer is still one of our top 8 coaches. I mean, they would be foolish to get rid of that guy because anybody coming in after Saban was going to take a step down in production. It was unsustainable. I think honestly, some of the reason that Saban stepped down is he didn't think he could keep that level of the sustainability up in the NIL era. So I think he stepped down for that reason. So not even Saban could keep that same level of success in the program. So people need to kind of take a step back. Yes, it was super frustrating for that fan base where they've been at for the last couple of years, right? But this is year 3. Give him a chance. Let him keep doing things his way. He's made a few good staff adjustments that we really like. Let him get some more of his players in there and kind of get his feet underneath him before you try to pull the rug and put more pressure on them than there needs to be. Alabama's not any different than any of these other programs in the Power 2 right now. It's a battle week in and week out, and you're not going to go undefeated. I mean, what Indiana did, that was okay. That's mythical, all right. Especially at Indiana. Typically, we're not going to see teams go undefeated wire to wire anymore in college football. That's just really is it's not set up that way anymore. Too many games, too much grind. Your national champion most likely is going to have 1, maybe 2 losses. So people need to realize that and stop expecting him to go undefeated. As long as he is able to get in the playoff or is in playoff contention, leave him alone. He's a good coach. He's going to figure out. If you get rid of that guy at Alabama, the thing I'm saying is, who are you hiring there that has a better risk assessment than what Kalen DeBoer did? Okay, it's tough. That list is very, very short. And if you run off a guy with as much respect as Kalen DeBoer has in the industry, that starts to leak in the coach's mind is how much do I really want this job? If they're going to run a guy like that off, because he didn't succeed in after year 2, what are we doing? So I think Kalen DeBoer is fine, and he, after this year, if he doesn't come out this year and meet expectations, then maybe next year is when you start talking about year 4 is what we try to coach athletic directors and our clients of, is give a guy the minimum 3 years at least 4 years before we even start to evaluate what he's doing. Signetti is a unicorn. Don't chase that unicorn because you're not going to catch it. Most likely you're not. So stay the course, evaluate after 3 or 4 years, and then if a decision needs to be made, make it then. Because you keep, like I said, you keep smashing that reset button, and it's harder and harder and harder for that machine to come on.
Let me ask you something. I get the sense, and I've never pinned you down. I think I may have liked Fish more than I think you guys did. I'm watching Washington close. D. Will was the guy at the quarterback spot I was super high on last year. I don't know if underachieved is the word, but not quite what I expected, especially looking at the draft this year. But they are going to be good up front along the O-line. I can't quantify wanting to leave a school and then coming back to a school. I don't know what that's like. He's had a couple of quiet coaching changes too, especially at the OC and quarterback spot. What do we think? And I just watched him on the spring game, so I don't want to make any stark comps, but I'm just okay on Washington now. How careful should I be?
I'm right there. I'm not far from where you're at. I do think that numbers have them as a 9-win team. Okay, so numbers have them,
and I think their win total is 7.5 too. So that over may be looking all right.
Yeah, it's not far off.
Yeah. Numbers have them as a 9-win team. Let me double check that real fast so that I'm not leading you astray there. But they the thing you have to worry about with Washington, and they are not. It does have as a 9-win team.
Okay.
So thing you have to worry about with Washington is the locker room, right? Because this is gonna be a good test for the NIL era. Is what happens when a guy basically gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar, right? And now he's got to go back in with his teammates and look them in the eye and say, like a better words, I'd pull a Russell Wilson, let's ride, you know.
Like, and is he all the
probably
sudden
not gonna,
all
it's
the way
probably not
back
gonna
in?
play well.
Like, whether they believe him or not, is he all of a sudden all the way back in?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I mean, they forced him to stay. I mean, I just don't. I've been around athletics long enough, maybe not at the college level, but even just at the high school and the kids level.
Yeah.
You force a kid to do something he doesn't necessarily excited about doing, his A game isn't necessarily what you're going to be getting a lot of the time. It just isn't. It's, there's going to be a lot of going through the motions, and it's a rough conference. It's a rough game to be going through the motions. So that would be what
did you make of the Doherty situation?
Excuse me, say that again.
What'd you make of the Doherty situation offensively and the quarterback's coach?
So that was a little strange. I don't really know exactly what happened there.
Because that was February. That's pretty late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, so Fish is going to be calling his own plays, which is fine. Like I said, something strange happened there, and that's why I say I worry more about the locker room, the environment of that locker room in general at all levels than anything else at Washington right now.
I wonder if that was to help the Williams situation.
Or
maybe
the problem with the Williams situation. I don't know.
Yeah, and you don't think that there were maybe other players in that room and in that locker room that actually liked Doherty. So if that was the problem, and that's kind of what I was alluding to, DB, is there was something weird going on there.
Yeah.
Then that just causes more division.
Right.
It's like that's not a way to go into the season. It just
They're
isn't.
interesting because I think we talk about them like they may be the anti-Wisconsin. Like, for some reason, I think Wisconsin may be better than we think. And people are pretty high on Washington. I'm like, I don't know, but nobody's high on Wisconsin. And I don't know, man. Wisconsin's kind of scary to me.
We got them win 9 games.
I am not surprised.
Listen, that was a tough team at the end of the year last year.
Yes, they were.
And I like
look at the.
So do I.
That's another guy that, listen, I understand they're really, really upset. And he did blunder the first few hires on his staff, okay? Mm-hmm. You can't bring the air raid to Madison. You just can't do it. Phil Longo's a good offensive coordinator, but not Madison. That was a weird fit. Never was going to work. We told anybody that would listen that, hey, this isn't going to work. Phil Longo's great south of the Mason-Dixon. I wouldn't put him, up north where it's a little harder to do what he likes to do. I think Fickle is finally coming around to his senses and being like, hey, listen, I'm going to do what got me this job in the first place. I'm going to play grimy football. I'm going to get physical. I'm going to, get the type of players I want to get in here. They started doing that at the end of last year. The last 4 games of the year, they were a really tough team, and we expect them to take a big step forward this year. Hopefully, it saves his job.
I get that this is a little bit out of the scope, but not going to read into athletic directors just all of a sudden leaving after alleged new commitments fiscally and kind of getting a made-up job with the Big Ten. that was head scratching as well. Like I said, there's a lot going on behind the scenes that I don't think we can even I think we can imagine it because we're Nebraska fans and we've been there. But it's I don't know. It's kind of an icky situation all around up there. I wouldn't want to be in Luke Fickle's shoes, but like I said, he's going to have a much more improved team this year.
That's our guy, Adam McClintock, Matrix Analytical. Adam, appreciate the time as always. Great stuff. We'll talk again soon.
Thanks, Adam.
Hey, guys. Have a good one.
That is Adam McClintock from Matrix Analytical. We're going to take a quick break here. We will be right back. We've got Brian Edwards coming up. from Major Wagers. See if he's got any feelings about the
big UFC weekend.
About the UFC. Maybe see if he's got any association plays that he'd like to give us. We'll see what he's got going on.
You know, sometimes in these promotions, like it's fake bad blood.
Yeah. Actual bad blood.
Strickland and Chiamev. This is not fake.
Real bad blood.
Dude, it's pretty personal.
That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We'll be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, Mike's really let us play free and be ourselves when we play, and so I think that really frees us up and honestly just be ourselves, and honestly it shows on the field with all our confidence and everything like that. Yeah, it's been awesome. We all have a great friendship on and off the field, so I think that when we get onto the field and we get playing, we trust each other and everything like that, so it just brings us together and we're able to be ourselves, as I said before. Definitely winning a regional and making it to a super regional for sure. We were so close in 2024, and I think this team is really, really, really good. So I think there's a really good opportunity that could happen.
I think that, you know, what I've learned about this team is that they do believe. And I also knew from last year that belief is really real. And, you know, we tend to, you know, there's a quote that says we rise to the level of our training, right? Or we fall to the level of our preparation, however you want to talk about it. I think the same holds true for belief. I think whatever our fundamental belief is in our own talent, our own preparation, our team talent, our team preparation really holds true all times a year, but especially as you go into this time of year, because there's a lot of hay that's already been put in the barn. And so, you know, a lot of things in front of us are dependent on what we've done to get here at this point. And belief has been a big part of that. You know, we've talked a lot this year about our self-talk, that our self-talk is kind of a superpower or it can be detrimental. So we touch base on that a lot, but our self-talk builds into what our belief system is too about ourselves and our team.
to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ, reminding you, give our friends over at Next Gen Male Medical a call. Make sure you're supporting the people that support us, and in order to help you support them, talk to Nick. We're going to give you guys a free consultation if you tell them that Hurrdat Sports Live sent you, or you can say DB sent you, you can say I sent you, whatever. Just let them know where you're coming from.
Pick DB.
Yeah, maybe we'll have
There's no real incentive to pick me, though.
No,
so
maybe
I
we'll
guess,
have a little competition, though, because you don't need really an incentive to be competitive.
No, that's true.
Like
that much is true.
It's cold outside, but I'm going to be
I'll
competitive. I'm not going to close that window just because I don't want to.
I'm going right after this.
Are you? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's no, are you back on Thursdays? What happened?
I couldn't go yesterday because I had to meet my mom first, and then I had to meet AA Ron.
All right, I'm just saying, you're back off your days again.
No, but it's only for this week because
you're only a day off, so you can go back.
I can go back to Wednesday.
Well, you need to go back to Next Gen or go to Next Gen for the first time if you haven't before. 402-614-9700. Tell them we sent you. Get yourself a free consultation and get set up so you can feel your best the way DB and I are starting to feel. And
I just walked. I don't know what I was thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was just happy that everybody was there at the staff. And I just walked into the room and they're like, what are you doing?
Hey, where you going, bud?
No. And of course, Danielle, what do you think you are? I was like, hey, my bad.
Hey, whoa, hey,
my bad. I just
shoot. That's all.
She goes, you just got here. It's okay if you wait 60 seconds.
That's
like,
that's totally on me.
That's totally on me, D.
And
bad.
I'm going to start telling you guys that, I was talking to Nick. There's some new peptides coming back on the market too. So there's going to have some.
After the whole administration.
Yeah, after
switch?
the administrative changes, there's going to be some peptides coming back on the market here that he was telling me about that I'm
Why does he give you the good stuff?
I like find out. He said he's
because if it's pushing the envelope, I'm probably not passing any drug tests. I want to know.
Yeah, I'm not getting I don't think there's any screenings for my rec tennis league that I'm in. I think it's going to be okay.
Like you're all giddy.
I am. Listen, I like trying new stuff.
I do too.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah, I don't even let me fool you.
You get it. Ooh, how's this going to work?
Does it work?
Yeah, I was like, ooh, what's this one going to do?
Last week, I don't even remember what it was, but there were like 5 needles.
That's like a different version of the burger joint, right?
Yeah, maybe that's why my eye is watering.
No, it's because you're holding in sneezes. That's not. Now, did you see Steve's tweet?
No.
Oh yeah, go look at his tweet. You've got some side effects, I think, already.
What did he do?
We'll give him a call, 402-614-9700.
Bruin Steve?
Yeah, we've got our guy Brian Edwards joining us now from Major Wager. B, what's going on, buddy? How we doing?
Good morning, fellas. What's happening?
I'm good, B. How we doing?
I just want to know who you guys got in UFC 328 this week.
I told you. I texted him, Ravi, at like 5 a.m. And I screenshot him. I was like, he got the dub.
I woke up to that text.
I don't know why I sent it then, except for that's when it was happening.
No, you didn't wake me up. When I woke up, I looked at my phone and I saw the winners, and it didn't matter if you were looking me up. It didn't matter anything. I was just happy.
Yeah, he's he follows patterns. It's just do I
already suspect he doesn't have anything for this week yet?
No, but I'll ask him. He's really good at stuff like that. Like,
just text it to me later.
I got you.
So tell me about this bad blood we got.
Which man? Jemiah and Strickland?
Yeah. It's real.
Okay, so they were training partners like 5 or 6 years ago, and Strickland, would train with Jemiah, but he was training with another guy from Chechnya, and he made a joke to the guy, something of like, I thought you were from Chechnya, and I thought, because he was used to grappling with Jemiah, it's like, I thought you'd be a lot better. Okay, so then the next thing Strickland knows, a couple hours later, Jemiah was threatening him on text, saying, because I guess it got misinterpreted the way he said it, as if he was saying something bad about people from Chechnya or what have you. So then Strickland says, whatever, I don't know what you're talking about, but if you want to I'll meet you at this place at 5:00 or whatever. Strickland said he showed up. Chimaev didn't. Chimaev texted, okay, it was a misunderstanding, and they've hated each other ever since. And when Strickland won his last fight, Cormier was like, who do you want next? And he goes, I want that Chechen, and a word I can't say on the air.
Yeah. So, you could. We would just think differently of you. You're not going to get in trouble.
You want me to spell it?
Yeah.
What's
WHORE.
Yeah. Oh, you could definitely say that.
Okay.
I call Ravi a whore all the time.
Okay. He goes, I want that Chechen whore.
Yeah, it's not because of his exploits. It's because he is kind of like a shill of his own. He likes him, so he whores himself out.
I like me.
He likes him some him.
He likes himself some. I love. Oh, T.O. I love me some me.
So there's like a couple of these bad blood ones that I think are absolutely legit, and this is like in the top 3 for me.
Habib Connor, obviously.
That's probably one. Masvidal, and it's just because I know him, but what's my guy?
Masvidal and Colby?
No.
Masvidal and Usman.
Usman, Kamaru does not. It got a little racial, and that's how Kamaru is. Like,
wasn't that more Colby and Usman?
Yeah, but Kobe.
But both.
Kobe does that with everybody, so
right.
It's hard to distinguish. The Masvidal thing bothered Usman quite a bit. And then what other one am I missing?
Nate Connor?
No. What do you think about John Jones and Cormier?
John Jones and Cormier, yes.
What do you think of that's pretty legit.
That's very legit.
Daniel, last year, he didn't want to say his name. He kept him out of the top rankings. But the last couple of sit-downs, Cormier's been much better about John Jones.
Yeah, I mean, he's accepted that he's the lesser fighter, and there's no shame in that because everybody's a lesser fighter than Jones.
You know what? I don't even think that's hyperbole because
it's not.
Dana has said on numerous occasions, 2 guys in a room, I don't care who it is in the world, John, bet on John Jones.
Is coming out.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question here, guys?
But he thinks John Jones has something in him, that it's not quite serial killer-esque, but he thinks is off. You know what I mean? Where he's those looks that he gives you aren't normal or how normal people think.
Did you see when he was arrested in Vegas and he was in handcuffs and he literally hit his headbutted his own car?
Yeah.
Yeah, something's off when you do that. Something's real off, bro.
Yeah.
Something's bad off.
His brother said growing apparently his pain threshold is through the roof.
Well, he had 2 older brothers played in the NFL and used to beat up on him every day.
Yeah. He said it's through the roof. They haven't seen anything like it.
Yep. I mean, he didn't tap to the Vitor armbar, and he fought through the dislocated toe against Chael.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, is there? I'm sorry. I'm
you don't like John?
No, I'm a little UFC ignorant here, so I'm trying to ask for a comp here because, John Jones obviously when he actually fights is phenomenal, right?
The best ever.
But is there another guy that? Is there a comp in another sport where we take his prowess and don't even he's fought twice since 2020,
he's
basically
beaten everybody.
But is there another guy that because he's 2020, he's still in his prime, right? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a guy that basically just stopped middle of prime and his career's basically been over since then? I know he's fought twice.
Jim Brown?
Give me a different sport. Give me a different sport comp.
Jim Brown?
Barry Sanders.
And Jim Brown, 29.
Cool.
Yeah. Jim Brown's a good one. I don't like Jim Brown as much as most, but again, that's not my era. But
Is there anybody where the departure was not
so early?
Was not voluntary? Because the John Jones stuff is self-inflicted.
That might be where Jim Brown. Well, John Jones just didn't want. He got mad at the money.
got mad at the money, but he also like wasn't able to
I
fight.
know. Come on now. He dodged Ngannou.
No, not at
Come
all.
on. Yeah, David's look, I will acknowledge Jones' greatness, but David's an apologist for Jones.
Where's
Come on.
Aspinall now?
He would not give Reyes a rematch.
My eye.
You know,
my eye.
come on now. He dodged. He wanted Stipe to be 50 years old when he fought Stipe. He pushed the Stipe fight back for like 4 years. Come on now. Damon's a bit of a Jones lover and apologist.
I do love John Jones, but he is the GOAT, though.
He 100%. And I will give him this.
Like, a lot of the absences are drug related, not like.
Well,
yes, there's that too.
He's suspended 3 times or twice? Twice for sure.
Well, I think 1 was coke and 2 were roids, right?
Yeah.
Which is not like better.
Yeah, I mean, the opponent would rather you do coke.
I don't know, man. John Jones on coke might be scarier than John Jones on steroids.
I think he was on a good amount of blow when he headbutted that car.
I think he's on a good amount of blow every time we see him on camera when he doesn't want to be on camera, like when he's partying. Like, yeah. Oh, but we'll give Jones credit on this. When he was coming up, though, he's only fought twice in 6 years. When he was coming up, he was fighting nothing but murderers, and he was active. He would fight Vitor, Rampage, Shogun. I mean, he fought all kinds of former champs.
He fought everybody.
Cleaned them out.
All right, what do we got this weekend, champ? What do we like?
All right, I mean, I got to go Chimaev to win by submission, which is plus 105 at FanDuel. And now I know Strickland has never been submitted, but he's never Robert Whitaker had only been submitted once, and that was when he was 20 years old until he fought Chimaev. And I'll go under 2.5 as well, which is anywhere in the 2.5 rounds, that is, obviously. And that's anywhere in the minus 108 to minus 120 range. And then I like a Volkov, who is fighting.
He's expensive. Cortez. Acosta.
Yeah. And I'm going to do that in a – what'd you say, expensive?
I mean, it's the singular. Are you going to tie it with something?
I'm going to tie it with something. But, yeah, it has gone down, though. It was like minus 180, and now it's minus 156. But I'm going to tie it with Brady, minus 156. Let me mention Volkov, 5-1 in his last 6. The only loss, a split decision to Gane. A lot of people thought he won that fight. And I'm going to parlay him with Brady, who's also minus 156 against Buckley. And we just saw Buckley struggle against Usman, a superior grappler, and that's what Brady is a grappler. So I think Brady's just going to wrestle his way to a decision win. So Volkov and Brady tied together, that is plus 169 on a 2-leg parlay.
Yeah. All right. What about what
do we got for the association?
Yeah, which
I know you got some stuff on DB's boys over here.
I got one question. How square of a play was it to lay the 10.5 with San Antonio last night?
With a zigzag work to perfection, right? And what was the other result last night? Yeah, the Sixers didn't cover, and then they covered, and then San Antonio lost outright, and then they covered. So zigzag worked
at the exact same line too. So San Antonio loses outright. It was 10.5.
Mm-hmm.
It's 10.5 last night.
Man, covered easily. Yeah. So zigzag tells us to take the Lakers tonight, and what's the other game tonight? Pistons,
Cavs.
Yeah. Zigzag tells us to take the Cavs, but I'm not gonna. I'm not against the Lakers, but I'm gonna do the team total under for the Lakers, under 96.5 or 97. So they've played OKC 5 times this year. They've scored 90, 87, 96. The only outliers 110 and 92. So 96 or fewer in 4 of the 5. 92 or fewer in 3 of the 5, and Luka played in 2 of those games. So I'm going to go under team total Lakers under 96.5 or 97. And then I did Pistons -3, and I did under 216. And the under 216. So they've faced each other 5 times this year. Unders 4-1 and 8-2 in the last 10, going back to last year between these two teams. They had 212 in game 1. The unders 49-41 for the Pistons, who have had 213 combined or fewer in 6 of their 8 postseason games. And then I did Pistons -3. Cavs have just been garbage on the road in the playoffs so far. Over, right?
Yeah.
Over.
I'm just going to give you a little bit of advice here, B, before we go. Don't zigzag on the Lakers against OKC.
Right, you're probably right.
Yeah, just leave that one alone.
You're probably right.
That's why he and I never. That's why we cannot get along. That wasn't even necessary.
I'm just trying to help like our guy here because I know the zigzag method's been working for you, but like that's maybe a gentleman's sweep at best.
Oh my God.
I don't even think that. I think it's a non-gentleman broom treatment.
Wow.
Sorry. I mean, you don't have Luka, Damon. You don't have Luka, so don't even feel
And
bad.
now he doesn't know when he's going to be back. We're starting to talk. That's fine.
That's a didn't even buy me dinner sweep is what that one is. I think that one might be.
Let me ask you something real quick, B.
Yeah.
Do you like Bo Nickel?
I don't have a strong opinion either way. I'm interested to see how he does once he gets a good opponent like he had in Rainier and lost.
Okay. Because, I mean, he's going to be 3-1 at the White House.
Yeah, I mean, they don't give him anybody any good.
Yeah, I know. Why? I'm not going to say he's protected, but you just think they want it to be just so he doesn't burn out too fast with such a heavy wrestling background after what happened? What's his buckets?
That would seem like the strategy, you know.
Okay. Because he's a heck of a draw.
Yeah.
He is.
All right, B. Appreciate the time as always. And remember, never zigzag the Lakers. And what do you got?
Damon, remember to send me your voice pics.
I'm on it. I just sent him a message.
All right, B. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, thanks, guys. See ya.
Thanks, Big.
That is Brian Edwards from Major Rager. Coming up next, we got Krista Wood, the head softball coach at Creighton, as we get softball postseason going. They've had a great year at Creighton as well. We'll talk a little softball coming up next. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. Let's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, and we do that on purpose, right? We want to go play the best and challenge our girls. And, I think it exposes weaknesses and allows you to work on what you need to work on. So we'll always do that. And I think it's helped us a lot this year in terms of preparing for conference play. Yeah, we don't do that a whole lot. I don't do that a whole lot. But this is the time of the season that you really enjoy. This is fun. This is what you work all year for. So, and I think they'll do that. I think they'll just go out and have fun and enjoy it.
Yeah, it really sets me up for success just because I have felt that pressure and I have been in it. And with our team being so experienced and old, it also, I feel like a lot of the girls feel the same way. Yeah, like I said, I feel like we're all just such good friends, and that goes such a long way. And we're all very similar mindset. We have the winning mentality. Oh, extremely. It shows that we can compete with anyone, and we can step on the field with an SEC team and we can compete with them too.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. We are joined now by Krista Wood, the head softball coach at Creighton. Coach, how are we doing this morning?
Doing good. We're getting ready for our game today. We're super pumped. We're excited to be here.
There she is. Look at you in sporting that blue. How are you?
I know. Isn't it crazy? Like, doing good, doing good. It's been a long road, but here we are. We're the top 4 up in the Big East at Rosemont, and we're in Chicago playing at the Rosemont Field where Athletes Unlimited play. We're excited. We got UConn first round, so it'll be a battle.
I can't tell you how pumped I am. I haven't told the guys the backstory with our relationship, but you can vouch for me though. I've been honking for softball long before it was as popular as it is now. Krista used to run a camp for little guys and gals that we had. It was called Pacific Pals, and I'm just telling you, I don't know where I went wrong, Coach, but like, you've got a Division I program as the head coach. Jake Peets in Lincoln is an offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. Garth Glissman is like a development director for the SEC. Kenny and Taiwo Anatolu are like doing big things. Like, I can find good people. How come I just couldn't have turned out to be one myself?
Shoot. We had a blast working those camps. Those camps are so much fun.
You could see right away, and you were kind of overseeing. Well, you had your staff, which were your peers.
Yep.
But then she had young people too, like kids. I'm telling you, you could see leadership traits. When did you know you wanted to coach?
You know, my dad was a baseball coach growing up, and I kind of grew up on the baseball field, and I was thinking I was going to get my summers off and coach high school and do all that, you know, but here I am. I don't get my summers off because I'm out recruiting, but I just, you know, I love the game. I love being around people. I feel like I'm addicted to building a team every year and coaching them to the best of their ability and trying to win a championship. It's just fun and exciting because every year is a different journey. Every year is different. This is the 3rd program I've been a part of. And it's kind of been a rebuild everywhere I've been. And so there's a different journey and a different story with every place.
There's a couple things there. Obviously, I want to get to the rebuild and kind of the turnaround at Creighton, but I have to start with DB knows if there's anybody that kind of rides with Omaha, that's where I'm going to start with somebody, right? So obviously you played at the University of Nebraska, Omaha. And like you said, you thought you were going to be a high school coach. You coached I know you coached for a couple years at different high schools here locally, went off, had all the success at South Dakota State. Why come back to Creighton after you had gotten it rolling up there and gotten that program to a place where you guys were really, really good on a year in, year out basis? Why take the challenge of coming back to Omaha here and take over a Creighton program that frankly had been struggling?
Yeah, I mean, I loved my time up in South Dakota. It was great. I mean, Nebraska softball. I mean, you see it with Nebraska, you see it with Omaha. It's hard to pull kids up north, and I think that recruiting to the city of Omaha and what Creighton is building down there was just something that I was like, I think I can really do something with this. The new facility that we have. We're getting a new indoor. It's just a really exciting time to be at Creighton. And I could see the vision of, when I'm at South Dakota State, I'm thinking, I feel like I've done a lot with nothing. And I feel like I've tapped this out in the fact that what we had for facilities and just the climate up there and the league that we were in, I just felt like, I've done a lot. And when jobs come about, it's not always the best timing. Now, if I could have stayed up there for a couple more years and coached those kids, I definitely would have. But when this job opened up, I mean, when coaches come here, they stay. So for me, it was like, this is my opportunity to, jump on board with this, try to turn it around and get this thing really, really rolling.
We follow you guys, and we're always looking at rosters and composites, and I'm trying to fit. Well, a lot's changed because, that was late. That was early 2000s when I first met you. And obviously, you grow into things. When you're recruiting, the rosters, it's eclectic. What are you looking for as you've kind of developed your coaching style, regardless of where they come from? What are you looking for?
I mean, we're looking for kids that want to grind, that some kids just want to go to the big flashy who's winning right now, but who wants to put in the work, who wants to get this thing rolling, and who wants to do something that hasn't been done here, which is win a Big East title. And it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody to say, hey, I'm going to take a chance on this team. I'm going to take a chance on this coach, rebuilding this program. But there are kids out there. We have one right now we have a couple seniors that have been here. This is my 4th season, so they've been here for all 4 years and helped us get this program back on the map. We're looking for athletic kids that that obviously value our standards and expectations of what we're asking for in them.
How much does the type of kid that you're, I don't want to say forced to recruit, right? You said a lot of kids want to go to the big flashy programs that are winning right now, or going to, Women's College World Series and things like that. Obviously, Creighton's in a different place than that right now, so it opens you up to a different recruiting pool. How much does that actually help kind of the culture that you like to install or instill in your team, where it is, it sounds like you kind of like that a little bit of, I don't know, bootstrapping it, for lack of a better term, where it's like, yeah, we're going to do this the hard way and we're going to be better for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, I love challenges. I think it's great. I love being the one, the small team knocking somebody off. Like I said, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. So, but I mean, here at Creighton, I feel like we can offer everything now. I mean, we can offer a great academics, get a Creighton education. We have great facilities. We have everything that you need, and we run our program like an SEC program. We play in the Big East. I think the Big East is super competitive. So we get all those things at a smaller level. And if you want to do something like that, I think it's a great opportunity.
Coach, I'm dying to know, what was the relationship pre-existing between bringing Garrett on staff? Like, I get the prowess at UNI, and maybe you're like, oh my God, these guys can really rake. But like, where did walk me through what you were looking for when you were putting your staff together?
Yeah, so I mean, we hit the long ball up at South Dakota State. That's kind of what we did. And so I was looking for somebody that I knew came from a program where they could rake, they could produce an offense. This year, we're not maybe hitting quite as many home runs, but we're top in the nation for stolen bases. We run the bases really well. I think we broke a school record for that, and I think we're going to break the Big East record for most stolen bases in a year. I think we're at 122 right now, which was in the top 3 in the nation at one point. But so we have a good combination of power and speed, but he does a great job of preparing our kids for competition, so series. He does a great job of figuring out what the best preparation is moving into each series and how we're going to attack these pitchers, which shows that we've broken our runs record 2 years in a row. We broke the doubles record. I mean, we're doing a lot of good things offensively, and I still think there's some great players still coming here that we're going to continue to keep pushing that number up.
Speaking of great players, obviously your team got recognized with 6 on the All Big East teams. You got Pearson and Mayhew getting individual honors as well. As you're either recruiting these players or developing them kind of through the system, obviously Mayhew is a freshman, so it's not more of a recruiting story there. What are you looking for? Are you looking for people you're like, hey, I think they can be all conference, or are you looking more kind of generally at an athletic profile?
Well, I mean, like Ashton Pearson's a great example. I recruited her up to South Dakota State, and she said, it's too far north. I can't go that far. But she's a little undersized, but man, she can play. And she's the 3-time defensive player of the year. She's a junior, and she's the first freshman to ever get it in the Big East. And so she was my first call when I got the Creighton job. I said, hey, I'm closer now than I was, and she still hadn't committed. So I said, Creighton's 3 hours closer than South Dakota State was. And, she was under recruited just because of her size, but she plays big, but she's small. So, I mean, just having 6 kids on all conference, which is the most they've had in the last 10, 15 years is awesome to show that all this hard work and the kids that we're bringing in are really making a difference.
Coach, you've always, as I've known, again, 20-some, you're so competitive. Like, how quickly did it take your team to see? I know it's in your household for sure, but how quickly did it take your team to see, like, okay, like the standard is gonna be the standard just because of how you approach like your own life?
Yeah, I mean, when I came in, I think initially everyone's like, just because I'm standing in the third base box over there that we were going to win, it's like, okay, we got to start to get to work here. And what does that look like? And it took, a full year really honestly to kind of lay that foundation and culture of, when we were up at South Dakota State, we won because of these things and how we put these things. But I did realize being the third program that I've taken over, I wasn't so much concerned about winning in year 1, but more like laying the foundation and culture of what it takes to be that team and those players. And so if you look at my record, we didn't win more than we lost in year 1, but in year 2, 3, and 4, we've made the Big East tournament, been in the top 3 in the championship game last 2 years, and hopefully we win it this year. But I think doing it that way, I learned from my first school to my second school. I was so wrapped up in wins and losses early that we didn't win quite right away. So I said, at Creighton, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to just really try to instill what it takes and not really care about wins and losses at the point. Now, I am competitive, yes. So it was hard, but I knew that was the right path to take.
Coach, when I'm always curious about this, right? Because I think that is the right path to take. Obviously, you're coaching at a much higher level than I ever did, but when you're like going through the process of getting the head coaching job at Creighton, like, do you tell the people in the room, you're like, hey, we may not win a lot year 1? Like, is that something or do you want a little closer to the vest? You
definitely ask, what are your expectations in the first, couple years? You ask that because if it is win, we got to approach this differently. And so, you'll see, we do have a couple kids out of the portal, but they're young kids out of the portal that we can develop and that we can continue to help them grow and make us better. I mean, we got a kid right now playing second base that made all conference that was at Oklahoma State last year and didn't really get an opportunity. And this year she's leading our team in hitting and first team all conference. So she's a sophomore and we get her for 2 more years. So we're not just grabbing kids out of the portal for a quick fix. We're grabbing kids to develop.
Everybody's programs, especially as competitive as it is. We talked to Coach Ravel and Coach Hurd, who I think the world of, and you know my affinity for you, where it's so competitive within the state with the quality talent. Does that shape kind of where you want to centralize, or do you like the roster kind of as is, where, you know what, I trust our development, I trust our I trust our eye for talent. Like, we're going to find whomever wants to be a part of what we're doing. Are there specifics?
I mean, I'll be honest, it is a tough time right now. Obviously, I want to get the best kids out of the state of Nebraska, like, period. I want to keep them in the state. I want them to be at Creighton. And it is a very tough time to be Creighton with the momentum of Nebraska and the momentum of Omaha the last 2 years, and with Jordy Ball at Nebraska and what they're doing, which is awesome because the state of Nebraska softball is elite right now. So with that being said, I feel like we're building behind the scenes a little bit, which I'm totally fine with. They have the momentum. They have some great players. But I will tell you here, we have some very, very good recruits out of the state of Nebraska coming here in the future. And I feel like we have gotten some of the best kids coming in the future in 26 and 27, and we'll continue to go in 28. But I want kids that want to be here. I love Midwest kids. I think the Midwest mentality is where it's at. But I mean, you always have to think outside the box a little bit. I mean, you really do. I mean, there's only so many kids and there's a pool of so much, but right now, I mean, I would say Nebraska in Omaha in my first couple of years probably did beat us out of some recruits early, but I feel like we're right on their tails at this point.
Literally, with the way that you played Omaha this year, I think 3 runs separate the 2 games. It has been a joy to watch as you get ready for the conference tournament. You're playing at a high level at the right time. What's the scouting? What are we trying to accomplish right out of the gates with what you think you're getting in your opponent?
Yeah, UConn's tough, man. We had a really, really tough series with them at UConn. All games could have went either way. We lost 11-12. We beat them in game 2, and they beat us 4-2, which it was 1 hit with a single that scored 2 runs. Otherwise, it was tied going into the 7th. They can hit the long ball. They're a powerful team. So we're playing here, not that you know this, but at the Rosemont field, the fences are a little deeper than our typical field. So we're 210 down the line. They're 220. It's 230 to center here, where we're 220. And so I think that's an advantage for us, just because we don't quite hit the long ball as much as UConn does. So we really want to get the ball in the gaps out here and really run, because I think we're fast. And we want to take some extra 60s so that we don't have to string 3 hits together. We just got to get 1 hit and a stolen base and another hit, and we've got to run. So it's going to be a big game. Our series was probably the most heated series of the year. And so we said, they may have won this battle, but we're going to win the war at the conference tournament, because we know that we were probably going to face them being the 2 and us being the 3 seed.
I'll give you a chance to, we've talked about a couple individual players, but we talk about recruiting and kind of what you're looking for. Did you expect the kind of start and finish that Audrey Gilman had at such a young age in this conference?
Freshmen are tough. There's a lot. It's like, how do you learn? And I kind of thought about myself a little bit. My freshman year, I started off a little rough. I mean, coach was out there telling me, you're better than that. Like, let's go. But she's done a great job of really figuring it out and how to move the ball around. And I think early in the year we were walking too many people, we were pitching around, we were given too many free bases, and she's realized now, like, hey, I can pound the zone a little bit, make my stuff work, and she's got a little bit more confidence moving forward. Getting first team all conference as a freshman pitcher, I mean, that's a great accomplishment.
Do you handle at all, especially with the freshmen, anything any differently in the tournament format? I know you guys have been pretty successful. You know, you mentioned making championship games last couple years, but it's a very kind of different atmosphere than what they've experienced all year long, especially with the freshmen. Do you approach anything differently?
You know, I mean, I feel like our series this year have been really, really intense. Whether it was at Butler, at UConn, even at home. I mean, and playing Nebraska at home and Omaha, I feel like we've done a good job of preparing our kids for these moments. So I think we're ready, and I think our upperclassmen have done a great job of really trying to help them understand like what this is about and what it's going to look like. So I'm excited for it. I think that we've finished second the last 2 years, and it's a terrible feeling walking off that field. So, I mean, we're going all out this weekend.
It's funny. Get you out of here on something light. Maiden name, obviously, Unger. I joke. You said you grew up on a baseball diamond, around a baseball diamond. Dad's baseball coach. Your nephew
plays a little baseball.
Plays a little baseball down in Lincoln. How much time? Now listen, everybody wants the cool aunt, right? Like, how much time though can you actually take a peek at what Jay Sean's been able to accomplish in an impressive year?
I mean, the good thing is he's closing, so our games are over, and I can pull it up, and there he is. So, hey, I'll be honest with you. I've watched more Nebraska anything than I've watched till this year. You know, so I mean, you know, I'm a Maverick at heart. You know, but then so I'm really proud of him, and he's called me a lot for just a lot of advice on just the mental game. I mean, being a pitching coach, him being a pitcher, he's done a great job. I mean, just watching him out there, he competes. He really does, and I think he's having a great season. And I mean, our games are over, and then I pull it up, and boom, he's coming in the 8th inning to shut it down. And so even when we played Nebraska at home for softball, our game got over, and I was able to head over to Schwab and watch him close it down, So I still wore my Creighton gear. We took a picture. He's in his Nebraska stuff. I'm in my Creighton stuff. I said, I won't wear the Nebraska stuff, but I will support you in Nebraska baseball. But I'm really proud of him, and they're having a great season.
Listen, it is so cool to watch because I do know your competitiveness, and there's a lot of coaching acumen in that house. So I'm like,
yeah,
oh my gosh, I hope everybody can kind of corral it. I am so proud of what you're doing, man. I'm wishing your young ladies the best. And anytime you have the fluorescent green light, Hurrdat Sports loves Creighton athletics.
All right. Well, we'll continue. Hopefully, we're at regionals and we can do something again. Otherwise, next season we're back on.
Listen, best wishes, and when you're in regionals,
yeah,
count on it.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Bye.
That is head coach Krista Wood from Creighton. I know she's technically from Missouri Valley, but it's like a half-hour radius. We'll grandfather her into the Omaha family. Played here, coaching here. We'll let it happen.
You know what's funny about her temperament? Originally, it was a tough call because you have a I can't remember what I called them, or we called them at Pacific Pals, but you had a 1 and a 1A in terms of our communication. Because they were two what we would call leaders.
Yeah.
And they managed the rest of their staff, which were their peers, but also oversaw 55 kids in 5-week sessions.
Yeah.
She was not going to not be the head honcho because she wasn't going to go down easy. She wanted that responsibility.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. She is you hear it, right?
Yeah.
Everything's ball.
Just play ball. Let's go.
She's consistent. That program is flipped. Because you're right. I mean, You look back at 2022, and
I mean,
to right now, it was rough.
Yeah, there was a rough patch there for Creighton softball. So she's obviously gotten them kind of back going in the right direction, and hopefully they can take care of business in beautiful Rosemont. And
she first got hired. That was back when I was training softball players.
Yeah.
Little complex out in Council Bluffs.
Back in the day.
Doing showcases out at the Lead Center.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's come. Softball has come so flipping far so fast.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It was great talking to Coach Wood, and best of luck this weekend to Creighton softball in Rosemont. Speaking of softball, though, we're going to talk a little Nebraska softball with Jessica COODY. They're starting their conference tournament off today as well, so we will get to that right after this here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, Mike's really let us play free and be ourselves when we play, and so I think that really frees us up and honestly just be ourselves, and honestly it shows on the field with all our confidence and everything like that. Yeah, it's been awesome. We all have a great friendship on and off the field, so I think that when we get onto the field and we get playing, we trust each other and everything like that, so it just brings us together and we're able to be ourselves, as I said before. Definitely winning a regional and making it to a super regional for sure. We were so close in 2024, and I think this team is really, really, really good. So I think there's a really good opportunity that could happen.
I think that, what I've learned about this team is that they do believe. And I also knew from last year that belief is really real. And, we tend to, there's a quote that says we rise to the level of our training, right? Or we fall to the level of our preparation, however you want to talk about it. I think the same holds true for belief. I think whatever our fundamental belief is in our own talent, our own preparation, our team talent, our team preparation really holds true all times of year, but especially as you go into this time of year, because there's a lot of hay that's already been put in the barn. And so, a lot of things in front of us are dependent on what we've done to get here at this point. And belief has been a big part of that. We've talked a lot this year about our self-talk, that our self-talk is kind of a superpower or it can be detrimental. So we touch base on that a lot, but our self-talk builds into what our belief system is too about ourselves and our team.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
I think sometimes I don't realize how lucky I am to not only play college softball, but get to do it with my sister. And it's just been the coolest. I mean, for my parents to get to watch it. And I think now that I'm in my final year, I finally kind of realized like how cool this is for both of us to be on a team like this, play at a program like this, and just get to do it together. I mean, I probably couldn't have imagined it any better.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports HQ. We are joined now by Jessica COODY from the Husker. Come on.
Jiminy
I was going to try and give proper attribution and everything, and you couldn't even. You had to get the Oklahoma City nonsense started early, Jess.
You know, I had to. As much trash as you've been talking.
Who's talking trash?
Here we
Who's
go.
talking trash?
You know? You know how I roll.
You
I don't know why you're surprised.
That's 100% true. I hate this Lakers team, so it's hard for me to even stomach like a competitive rally conversation. I might just have to take this one on the chin.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about this series turning competitive anytime soon.
Well, whose side you on?
I'm just on the side of reality here.
He's on the side of facts, is what he is.
Yeah, like that's not great. That's not. You don't have to worry about anybody rallying anything in this series.
Oh boy! Do you at least want to see the Lakers get healthy a game or two? Like, would you like to see Luka back? You're like, that.
It doesn't matter. Even if Luka's back, we'll still win.
Okay. Who is your favorite Thunder though? Is it SGA?
I really like the whole team, but yeah, probably. I mean, he's been so loyal, and when he got there, the team was bad, and he's talked about that, and I think it was really hard for him. And then, the way that Sam Presti built the team once Russ and KD left, they were kind of in shambles, and he had to rebuild from the top up or the bottom up, and he built the draft picks, and everybody's like, what are you doing? I mean, there were some people that are like, Sam Presti needs to go. But I mean, he's such a genius, and it took a while, and he just had to be patient. And it started with SGA, and you start building the pieces around him. And, he could have left. And while, the same thing with the other players, James Harden left. And I know that was a hard decision for him. But, and then Kevin Durant just ripped the hearts out of everybody in Oklahoma City. And it just was. Russ stayed, and he still gets a loud cheer every time he plays in Oklahoma City. But KD is booed. James Harden is booed. I think Steven Adams, I think, is cheered because it was just like a trade deal. But there are very few of the ones that basically left because of their own choices. They get booed. But it was tough times, and SGA really helped turn things around. So it's hard not to be sentimental in that fact. And I know you can say what you will about his game, but in terms of Oklahoma City and the fans there, I think there's a different kind of appreciation for it other than his game and being in the MVP, is that he helped establish the foundation to rebuild to be where they are today.
Okay, I got to ask here, because what's the beef with James Harden? He got traded. That's not on him.
No, but he wanted to. I mean, behind the scenes, there was conversations that he just
wanted to get paid. They were like $8 million apart, Sam. Like, pay the man. What are we doing?
I mean, and I think he did want to, as much as he said he liked the role off the bench, I think he wanted to be the star,
We can agree on the hate for KD, though. Like, we're lockstep. We're just, we're kumbaya on
anybody that has to make burner accounts to argue with people that are hating on him.
Well, it's not just that. It's just he's wildly overrated.
Well, we could all be like Ravi. When we want to pick social media battles, we just call other people out. Like,
if you're gonna start fights, do it with your name attached and their name attached, and just see what happens.
Yeah, and my thing with KD is like he obviously can't do it by himself.
That's right, because Steph Curry dragged his ass to his only titles. We know this. This is a fact.
Yeah. He couldn't do it in OKC, so he ran from it. And then he tried to do it elsewhere. He couldn't do it. So the only place he could do it was Golden State, that was already a title team. That's my issue. Like, okay, if you're going to leave Oklahoma City in a bind at the end of the trade deadline, whatever, go to a team. Don't go to the team that just beats you to win a title like that. Don't get me started. Don't get me started on that. We'll take all the rest of the time.
No, it's my favorite because I think the 2022 title for the Warriors was super damning to KD because it's like, not only did we win one before you, we won one after you. We clearly didn't need you. You came along for the ride. You're basically the Robert Parrish of these NBA Finals teams. And I don't mean Boston Robert Parrish. I mean Chicago Robert Parrish when he's just like, hey, MJ, can I get another ring? And they're like, we got you, bud.
And now he gets to say tough things on podcasts. Yes. So what are the odds you could, and I know we're like, you guys that are there as the core of the Playfly Network are busy, but what are the odds you could like sneak home and like, I don't know. Like I could get some Lakers gear for a little Austin Reeves love. Like, you think you still got a good in there where you could be like, hey, like I was there before you were like the man. I got this little,
I think I still have his number.
Oh, look at the humble brag.
Yeah, I do. Unless he's changed it, I still have his number.
You should be like, hey, I have this little guy that I work with that needs a babysitter. He would really like. I'm not even an autograph guy, but I do think that's pretty cool. Are you torn watching his development as a former Sooner? Or are you just OKC, man, take the L?
No, I root for him, except for when he's playing Oklahoma City. Like I love his story, and he believed in himself and told teams don't draft me, because he had great workouts at the Lakers, and he's a great guy. Like I root for all the guys that I covered. That's what, when people ask me who's your NFL team, it's the guys that I covered. So obviously it's Philly right now because there's a lot of Sooners and Huskers on that team. But it's all the guys that I developed relationships with through covering their college careers. I root for those guys to do well for sure. So when Buddy Hield is not playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, I'm a Buddy Hield fan, whichever team he's on. Austin Reeves is the same thing. Like it goes for all. Bryce McGowan's, it's whoever those guys are playing for, I'm going to root for those guys to win when they're not playing Oklahoma City.
Is there anything it's the Oklahoma City that's the Thunder, right? Is there what's closest to the Thunder, the Craze back home?
Of the what?
Of the Thunder. Like it's an OKC town, right? Like it's the Thunder town. Is there anything close?
I mean, the Mavs, I guess. Is that what you're asking? Like,
no,
who in that city do they root for second most after?
Yeah, it's like Kansas City. It's like a Chiefs town, or
it's not a
KU
football
town. It's not Sooner. Like what?
Yeah, it's Oklahoma football, or because they even talked about how when the Thunder came in, it really impacted the attendances of both Oklahoma State basketball and OU basketball. But the OU basketball, it's been pretty bad the last couple of years, and it's just the brand of basketball that's not super fun to watch. And so a lot of folks pretty vocal about getting rid of Porter Moser. I think he's pretty firmly on the hot seat, even though they made the tournament last year and were crazy enough, think on the bubble, which I don't know how last year, but a lot of people wanted them in, or were wanting him gone last year. And so I don't know. But it's people do not like watching them play. So their attendance is abysmal. And the popcorn machine caught on fire. Did y'all see that? My brother texted me. He's like, the only thing to catch fire in Lloyd Noble Center this season.
Okay. What softball? We honk for softball. They're right there in the thick of it. I made the mistake. I thought it was going to be kind of a cool little thing. I was talking about you and your cousin Harley and giving Coach Ravel some insight on how she handled the portal, and she of course got me with a Jess mini scud. Right, I can't get away from you. But
yeah, and then she texted me, and I said, well, listen, I don't need handled. The boys need handled. So.
Of course you did. That's probably exactly what you said too, isn't it?
I did. Yeah. She said, go listen to the last minute of this. And I said, haha, that's funny, but I don't need whatever she said. I said, yeah, I don't need that. They need it. So, but anyways, continue.
Shocker. they're not shying away from it. We watched kind of finishing up the clinch of the conference championship, and Penn State, it was a little dicey. Then they turn it on. Like, how do you think they're kind of managing now that the expectations are super close to coming to fruition?
They knew that. I mean, I've been talking to players about that along the way. I talked to Hannah Kamenson about that I think that was that quote that you guys played coming into this was from that interview, I believe. But in that interview, we talked about that because, and last week with Alina Felix going into senior day, when they lost to Tennessee, they went into that series, especially when they won game 1. They fully believed they were going to Oklahoma City to the Women's College World Series, and they were so devastated. And they came home and they were mad, and Coach Rivella talked about she gave them a couple weeks and then called them back together. And so from then on, that's the belief that they've had. And going into the non-conference when they opened up the season, boy, they had a challenge. I mean, obviously it was the number 1 toughest non-conference schedule, in college softball. And so they challenged themselves. It was a grind. It was a battle, but they knew that they were prepared for that. They were ready to handle it. They wanted to be challenged. And then, I think what impressed me the most is like, you have a team that is rolling, right? And I don't care you can say whatever you want about the competition. I've worked at Oklahoma, who has been arguably the most dominant college softball team in the last 10 years, that lost some disappointing games that they weren't supposed to lose. That, that whatever you want to say about the competition, it's hard to win as many games as this softball team has won in a row. And so, and like Oklahoma has, they a couple years, they rattled off this many wins, but they did lose a couple that they weren't supposed to, arguably just because that happens, because teams want to beat you. They might have a magical game that it's their night and it's not yours. And so the fact that they've been able to keep the pedal to the metal and not slip up is so impressive. And I think that, to me, shows you why that they are ready. They've already been handling the expectations. It's not like they're ready for it to handle it now. They've been handling it. And so I think they knew that this is what's going to happen because they've been talking about it since last summer when they got beat by Tennessee, when they thought that they fully believed that they were going to go to Oklahoma City. So I think they've been prepared and they knew that they were going to have these expectations, and they're so mature. I mean, Coach Ravel when we had her on yesterday, was joking, like they're old. And she goes, well, no, not old. They're mature. But she's like, I'm probably going to get some flack for that. But they've got a lot of seniors. 12, they just celebrated. That's a lot for a team. And that's, a lot of times in college athletics, the old teams, quote unquote, win, that's where you want to be. And so I think they're ready to handle it. They've got 2 players, and yes, Jordy is a generational talent, but I think Hannah Core has made a huge difference. I mean, she's been on that stage for 3 years. She's won 3 national titles. I think she's brought some swagger, some belief. I mean, she's more of kind of a loud leader. And so I think those 2 together with where they've been, it's just been a huge elevation in addition to what, the other leadership has been and the other experience. And, I think it was Alina that said it last week about, we played a lot of softball, but we hadn't played it together. And we started to really feel like we were gelling last year going into the postseason. And then we were at our best. But now we've had a year together and we just, we're clicking. And so I think it hasn't been, it's not like just now. I think it started last year when they walked off the field at Tennessee.
Let me ask you something, Jess, because you're around it so much. Coach Ravel. I've known her for a long time, and I'm kind of watching this evolution. And you mentioned some of the gals have been around each other a while, some not, but they're so stinking close, right? We listened to senior day, and folks were just emotional. And even Coach Ravel, who I used to be deathly afraid of. Like I see this side of her, like, oh my gosh, like this culture is legit. Like you can feel their camaraderie, right? Like it just seems like a tight knit group.
Yeah, it's different. And everybody can say that, right? I mean, everybody does. Every team does, how close they are, but it is different with this softball team. And I don't know how you could have ever been scared of Coach Ravel. She's like the nicest person on the planet.
Oh, man. Shoot. 93 was a long time ago, Jess.
But, with this team, they do a lot of stuff behind the scenes that nobody knows about. They volunteer a lot. And I think that and not even, that's not even a Coach Revelle or a coaching staff pushing. That is, they do it on their own as a team. They do things like, I forgot what it's called, but they just pour into each other where they just do, hey, like a one-on-one coffee date, or do things for each other outside of, team stuff where they're just one-on-one connecting. So they're getting to know each other. And then I think that leads to, they can call each other out when need be, and they know it's out of love, And so I think it's just, it's different, and they're doing it on their own because they know the importance of it. And that's what, Coach Revelle, I think, has alluded to this whole season, is that she didn't have to say much, because it's such a player-led team, and that's what you want to get to, right? I think that's what every coach wants to get to where you don't have to say much and you just let them be, And I think that's where this team has gotten a lot of it. They talked a lot over last summer. Again, I'm going back to that because that was so important, and they realized, like, this is not just, hey, we're starting in January and getting to where we want to be in January. I mean, this has been a year-long process, and they've done, besides just putting in the work on the field and the cages, it's the things they've done off the field, whether it's, giving back to the community and doing it together as a team or as a group. It's the making the effort to do things one-on-one or in a, just a small group to get to know each other, to connect in a different way. It's just, yeah, it's different. It's different, and everybody can say it, but this team is definitely culturally different than most teams that I have been around in my career.
Jess, you mentioned the toughest non-con schedule in college softball to start the year, and you mentioned sort of the level of competition that in the Big Ten as well. How important do you think it was early to establish? I mean, they beat two different number one teams in the country early in the season. How important do you think that was to establish not only, hey, we can hang with literally anybody in the country, but also to set the expectation of this is the type of softball we have to play in order to get where we want to go?
Very, very. They needed, but also too, when you're talking about seeding and hosting regional and a super regional, that is vital because, as we know, not a lot of respect to the Big Ten, and they went into it thinking, hey, we're going to go into it maybe one or two in the RPI, and then it's going to fall and fall. But hey, it hasn't, and they kept winning. And I think they kind of knew after that UCLA series that you can't drop very many. And so that has maintained where they are in the RPI. And then other teams have slipped up, Tennessee has a bad loss. Texas Tech has a bad loss. Some of the other teams at the top of, the conversation in terms of the top teams and that have the potential to host both regional and super regional, they've slipped up on some games in the midweek and even in series on the weekends. And Nebraska hasn't since that UCLA series. And UCLA is also, one of the top teams in the country. So that was not a bad loss. And then they haven't lost since. And so I think they've done their job, what they're supposed to do. And so they haven't dropped any. So they've set themselves up. So that's a key point for, when you're talking about the selection committee. And so, they had to do that because they knew what could be the case when they entered Big Ten play, but they haven't dropped it all, which is great. And so that was important to prepare yourselves. I think all of it is, to challenge, to be prepared to play the kind of competition that you're going to play when you get to this postseason. And and then they wanted to set themselves up to be able to host not just regional, but super regional. So I think all of that was important to do that. And they knew that they had the team to be able to do it. I don't think you want to do that if you don't have a team that could handle it, because then you maybe lose confidence, you maybe lose too many that you can't recover from, especially going into the Big Ten. So it was a risk, high reward, but it certainly paid off this year, and it's set them up for a lot of good things. Nate and I were talking last week, and again, I think no matter what happens today and tomorrow, they are a top 8 seed. And if they go on and win a couple games here this week, I don't think they fall out of the top 4. That's what we've been talking a lot about here over the last couple of weeks, is they've done enough to secure not only 2 weekends in the postseason, but they might very well be the home team going into the Women's College World Series. Again, if they win regional and super regional, if going into Oklahoma City, they very well could be a home team, which would be a top 4 seed, which would be huge.
And I doubt we at the radio network could have you gone that long. If it was anywhere but at College Park, were you tempted to get to softball?
Well, we just talked about I'm for the postseason. So, I mean, Kyle's going with baseball no matter where they go. So we knew that because we knew for a long time, obviously, that softball is probably going to be home.
I mean,
so,
anywhere but College Park. Yeah.
What?
Remember our experience at college? Like, what?
Oh, listen, on that note, that got brought up last night because when Coach Ravel came on, she said, do you want to go before we leave or after? And I was like, gosh, I don't want to take the risk being how nightmare of that trip was to Maryland. So we started talking about that, Kyle and I was like, that was kind of a bad trip for DV from start to finish because you got sick on the bus ride, which is long. It was like 2 hours on the bus.
Oh, horrible.
So you were a sick pouty baby. Then the next day we go to set up the booth and you bonked your head so hard on the glass that I swear you had a concussion. Then that night you picked the dinner and we go to the the old folks home or the retirement home and you had a bad pick of your dinner. Like you were the only one that made a bad pick. Then the next day and during the game, Caleb has a long run and you forgot who your kid was. You didn't know who your kid was. So, I mean, you had a bad 3 days in Maryland.
Probably the concussion, though, to be fair.
Oh, I was still shook just from the TV episode, which nobody knows about, because I was terrified to change the channel.
Why?
Remember, like, Kyle wanted it like on the game.
That was yes. There was a back and forth that y'all put me in the middle of. You wanted it on Big Ten. Kyle wanted to leave it on the stadium stream, and so you'd leave and he'd tell me to put it back because it was a finicky remote. So you'd leave.
She was telling me how to work it.
Yeah. And so you'd leave and he'd tell me to put it back. He'd leave, you'd tell me to put it back. And so I would just do whatever y'all told me and y'all were both getting mad at me. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Was that the one you bonked your head because you didn't realize there was glass there?
Yes. And then Caleb had a huge return because he had changed his jersey. And I'm telling you in my mic,
yelling
Caleb
in my
changed his
like,
jersey.
and I was totally spaced out. I was like, what? She's like,
And so then you're like, you and Kyle are like, who is that? I'm like, it's your kid, bro.
That's not even made up. That's about how you had to finally tell me. It was like
I was telling you guys, Caleb changed his jersey. Caleb changed his jersey. And y'all still were like, what? Like, and so then you're like, who is 23? Who is 23? I'm like, it's Caleb.
Like, that guy moves pretty good. I like him.
How do you not know your own son, bro? Okay, that was
then on the TV show the next day, Coach Rhule was like, yeah, I think he's faster than Damon.
It's fine.
I told Caleb after the game, I was like, your dad didn't know who you were. He's like, that's ridiculous.
Show prep. Let me since they got swept, the cold jokes weren't as funny. Like, I felt bad for picking on Kyle being all bundled up, but just kind of a blip in the road. That's how baseball works, right? I mean, you were due for one of those, or did you? Nobody saw getting swept coming, but it's a little more understandable in baseball that, you know what, the bats just went cold.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the tough part is they're on the bubble to host, and I know everybody was hoping to see a regional in Lincoln, and so they've got to, it's not done. Obviously, there's still obviously a hope, but they've got some work to do now to get back into that conversation. But yeah, I mean, that's what happens in baseball. It's a long season. I think every team pretty much every year has, that kind of dip in the road. But yeah, I think it was disappointed to get swept. If you, win the one on Sunday, I don't think it was as abysmal of a weekend, but yeah, that was, I think, a little disappointing. But hey, you got Iowa coming in this weekend, and big chance to get back right, and then finish out the regular season better or hot. And then obviously this team plays really well in Omaha for the Big Ten tournament.
Yeah, it's just interesting. School's out, and I mean, baseball crowd's going to do what baseball crowd does. They will be there, but I do think I'm looking at it as an advantage that it's Iowa, even though we get nervous every time we compete against Iowa. It's something that it's easy to get recalibrated and focused, especially coming off what happened in Columbus. It's only a bonus that it happens to be the Hawkeyes coming to town.
Yeah, and Iowa always gets fired up too. But I was joking, boy, they were so annoying, the Iowa fans in basketball season. And so they were pretty silent in the softball series, and I'm hoping we keep them silent again this weekend.
I was like, you didn't have to give up a lot of context after you said they were so annoying Iowa fans. Like, that's all we need to. That's a full sentence right there on its own.
Yeah. Hey, how are we doing with the iPhone switchover?
I haven't decided yet. I just got my phone fixed, so now I can turn it in and get like the full money back on it. So now it's just a choice.
It's so funny that everybody in your life, even your children, are like switched over to the iPhone, and you talk to one person you've never met, and he's almost convinced you to stick with the same phone.
This is a great point. This is a terrific point. Is like 99 people could be like, yeah, no, it's better. It's easier to use. You'll like it more, whatever. And then some random guy at the phone store is like, no, Androids are better because they're more customizable in the operating systems and whatever. Things that DB will never do, by the way.
As she's well aware.
And if anything that even approaches any of those things need done, he's giving the phone to me or you.
Yes.
Or
Ben.
And so
and I don't know how to work the droid.
Yeah, I don't either because I don't have one and never use one. So like that's the best description ever, is everyone in his life that is like, yeah, no, it'd be easier, it'd be great for you. And then some rando, the guy he walks by, tries to avoid at Costco with the T-Mobile is like, actually, Andrews are pretty great. And he's like, son of a bitch, I'm in.
I think I want to call and complain about that employee.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like,
we didn't know what
you
store
realize you don't you sometimes send messages like I'll get them 3 times, or like when you ask for something and I'm like, I sent it to you.
Oh yeah, like Searles, yeah. Yeah.
So it's like,
he does this with the link to the show every day, where he's like, "Where's my link?" And I was like, "You've been 8 different people. Send it to 6 different locations."
She's aware of that too. Now she's to the point where just send it to your email. Yeah, just send it to the email.
I sent it to email.
Remember those early days, Jess?
I sent it to Twitter. I sent it to text. I sent a carrier pigeon, and somehow your phone still doesn't get it.
That's fine. Thanks, you guys. Yeah. I feel better about myself.
iPhone.
Listen, Jess and I can unite on DB's technology problems and a hatred of KD. We've got plenty of ground.
Hey, we found something.
Right.
Oh, I was told to ask. I know that Shane is your favorite diminutive producer, but Rico also kind of falls in that category. He wants to know that he's a huge Knicks fan. If the Knicks and Thunder play in the finals, if you can help him out at all.
Help him out, like.
But you want him to? She want you? Well, I don't even ask her for tickets. You think?
No, he said if you go, he wants to go with you.
Oh, okay. Like, I mean, I don't know if I would drop $500, but
no,
those things are expensive. When I was the Western Conference Finals, they were all right. They were all right if you want to sit in Loud City, which I don't think that view is bad. Mm-hmm. But she was like, no, we got to sit close. We got to sit close. So I saw what she when I was looking up at Ticketmaster. I'm like, oh, I don't think I don't want to pay that.
Rico doesn't care if he goes inside. He just wants to be.
Yeah, he just wants like a road trip, buddy. He just wants to be around.
Yeah.
Or maybe like smuggle.
You know what?
Back or something.
I don't think I could put anybody over Shane, but if I get an OKC border the next time I'm on, he might move up. He can move up to number 2.
See, this is what happens when you don't come to work, Rico.
Look at him.
He's consider it done.
Do you feel better, little buddy?
Bye, Shane.
Oh Lord.
I was getting there, Shane. I was getting there.
Yeah, see,
look, hey, Jess, he's excitable. We got chill out, little dude. He's all happy.
Hey, Kyle is also rooting for the Knicks.
Oh, why? He's East Coast guy.
Yeah, that's on the opposite ends of the country still.
But he is a Nets fan. So I feel like that's a little bit of
he's a Nets fan and he's rooting for the Knicks?
Yes.
Come on, man.
He grew up a Nets fan?
Yeah, and he's rooting for the Knicks.
He must be like a big 0-2 Jason Kidd guy.
He's not.
He wants to see the finals in New York because it hasn't happened since he was a kid. That's what he told me. Oh, Sonny. Wow.
Even big enough to sound like
Sonny says it's time to go. Sonny says, we're out of here. It's 10:01. Yeah. Jess, get off the computer.
Yeah.
Is that all 12 pounds of her? Like, what?
Yeah, she's got a vicious bark.
Jess, we appreciate the time as always. We'll talk soon.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye, Shane. I told you I'd get there.
That is Jessica Coody from the Husker Radio Network. We did talk.
You need to be nicer to Shane.
Never, not in a million years. What you do need to do is remember that the chase for the conference tournament in baseball returns to Charles Schwab Field May 19th through the 24th. Don't miss the best teams in the Big Ten. Battle it out in Nebraska. Visit big10.org now for ticket information for the Big Ten baseball tournament.
We'll be there.
We will be there. We're going to hang out, watch some Nebraska baseball.
Yeah, come say hello. Hi.
Well, come say hi to me. DB will be in a corner hiding somewhere.
That's baseball. I'll be watching.
I met one of your, I think you know him. I forget his first name. Halixo's dad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I met him at the Nebraska Creighton game when I went and hung out with our guys at Nebraska Sports Council.
One of the nicest people in America.
Terrific dude.
He is.
Yeah.
The whole family's good.
Yeah, no, they were good. That was the conversation where we were talking about walk-up songs, and there was a group of younger people ahead of us that were unfamiliar with Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. They were like, wait, what's that song? And I was like, oh, my God, your children.
Hey, you'll get this. Shane, and I know you can play the music. At the place I was at with Aaron yesterday, there was a brother in there, like brother. And
like Raj was there?
No.
Oh, okay.
Black Sabbath t-shirt.
You usually don't see those together.
I had to take a double take. You know, you didn't want to be the guy that's like,
are you wait, who'd you get that from?
Yeah. Black Sabbath. I was like,
not a lot of Black Sabbath brothers out there?
Nah.
Maybe he's an Iron Man fan.
I am Iron Man.
I got a lot of shirts you could wear, DB.
No. No, Neutron. No.
Little black on black.
I've got another joke if you want to hear it, but it's more revolved around hats.
What do we got?
Sure. What do we got?
Do you want some pointy hats too from my side of the family or not?
No, I like to be able to see. Those slits don't work for me.
We were talking about the double slit experiment in the Discord with light and quantum entanglement. It was great.
Who came over to that and said, I feel dumb now?
No, he said, I like to come over here to feel dumb. I think it was either Funky or Kel Jam. I can't remember.
No, I think it was A-Train.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I go, what in the world are we talking about over here?
It was just some light quantum entanglement talk. That's all.
Yeah. I like how it's labeled correctly.
Yeah, well, listen,
nerdy stuff.
I was trying to keep it away from some of the main channels so that you wouldn't stumble your way in there.
I took the bait.
All right, that's the show for today. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We will be back tomorrow to wrap up the week and wrap up the
lab wap.
I don't know. Got my tongue twisted a little bit.
It's from talking too much.
From that's a different kind of entanglement. Speaking of being inclusive, I like black beans. They're good. It's a good source of fiber. Also, not bad protein source for a non-meat.
And also can still form refried beans.
As I learned today, you can make refried beans out of anything.
Shout out Juan.
Appreciate you looking out for us, guys. That is the
early baseball today, if you guys are on it.
Yep, we will. And we got softball. We got a lot going on today.
Yep.
Everybody's playing
out there in College Park, Maryland.
Bat and ball season, everybody.
Let's get it.
Let's get after it. We'll be back tomorrow. Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.